Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Councilmen Show. It is episode number 138, and we'll be talking about Fantastic Beasts, The Secrets of Dumbledore. We're going to be talking about Spider Man, No Way Home. We're going to be talking about Hawkeye, episode 5, and much more. Join us in this live show this morning.
Welcome back to another episode of the Councilmen. This will be our 138th episode.
What's up with Kelvin?
Woo!
Yeah.
Let's
Today there will
congratulate
be the usual. There will be Albert, there will be Kelvin, there will be Ariq, and there will be Teguh. As usual,
Woo!
yeah, the four of us. Yeah, and Teguh again with the HD cam. Perfect.
Hooray!
Yeah. Alright, before we get started with anything, it's already been on the chat, but I'm gonna say it again. Please do not talk about Spider-Man No Way Home until the spoiler discussion, because Japan being Japan, Teguh and I, we can't watch it until January 7th. So please refrain from talking about Spider-Man No Way Home until the spoiler discussion that Ariq and Albert's going to have later. Yeah. All right. So with that out of the way, Samo Sunset, hello. So does Katie Lynch, hi everyone, and Fredla Movies. Morning, Councilman. How are y'all doing? How are you guys doing?
Sad that I can't watch Spider-Man.
I'm watching Spider Man again tonight.
Yeah.
And yes, our mission 33. Hey. All right. So, I guess we should just get started. I guess with our
Let's talk
opening.
about the stuff that we'll be talking about today. We'll be doing the weekly watches to open the show as usual. We're gonna be talking about Fantastic Beasts, not the crimes. It's a crime. The previous film, but this one's not a crime. The Secrets of Dumbledore. We're gonna be touching on the Avatar Last Airbender casting news. We're gonna talk about Hawkeye episode 5 and Spider-Man No Way Home to wrap up the show. And again, like Calvin said, don't put any Spider-Man No Way Home spoilers until we reach to that point, because these two haven't seen it. Look at those eyes. Look at those eyes, and try to spoil.
They look like they have seen.
Eyes. You can't.
Yeah, look at that.
Look
Does it
at
look
that.
like he has seen the movie?
Look at that.
No.
Tears coming out
So yeah,
of our eyes,
don't.
of our tear ducts.
So don't do it. I'm for real. I'll put you guys in a timeout if you are. So yeah. So don't. Do it. But yeah. So before we start to the weekly watches, this is episode 138. Calvin's using a Pokemon T-shirt. Can you guys guess what is Pokemon number 138 on the Pokédex?
Oh, he's doing this again.
Because you're wearing a Pokemon shirt.
I wasn't expecting this today. In the chat, chime in as well if you guys know. 138. And I'm gonna stick with the same pick. Wait, the first gen is until 150, right?
Yeah.
So this is the
51
first
was
gen.
it?
151, I think, with Mew, right? Or Mewtwo.
Mewtwo is 151. I just
there you go.
told you what two of them aren't, so you guys I have the answer right here.
I'm gonna say the crab. What is it, Kingler?
Kingler?
Or is it just
Okay.
crab? Yeah, that.
Crap.
Mr. Krabs.
I don't know why I'm gonna go with Nidor. What's it? What's it called?
Nidoran?
Nidoran?
Nidoking?
Yeah. Nidoking wasn't in the first gen, was it?
Yes, it is. It's the evolution of Nidoran.
I thought that wasn't until
I
like.
thought it was Gen 2 when they
Yeah.
got
No,
the
that's Gen 1.
Oh, that's
They
Gen
evolved
1?
fully in
Okay.
Gen 1. Yeah.
I feel
But I'm
how
still
about
going with
you're-
Nidoran.
you're- Nidoran. Okay, Ariq.
Alright, Ariq?
I don't know fucking Pokemon.
I'm pretty sure Nidoran is wrong because we meet it relatively early.
Ariq have no idea about Pokemon.
Alright.
In the
Dude, I
chat,
don't know.
someone started said Kabuto? Question mark? And then Star Machine 33 said Growlite? And Fat the Movie said Snorlax.
Oh, that
Okay.
also I've
So-
already googled in the Pokédex, so I don't.
All right, so let me say first, Teguh Nidoran is number 32, so you're way off.
Hey, I was
Uh,
1 digit off.
And Nidoking isn't that much different as well because it's the evolution. So
Yeah, I
it's
was like, I'm
34
pretty sure
or
it's early,
something.
but whatever. Yeah.
So
Okay,
Kelvin,
hold on.
you said, what did you say again?
The crab.
Kingler.
Kingler.
Kingler is number 99. So you're close. The closest
Damn it.
one actually is
Yeah.
this one.
Kabuto. Oh,
it's a
Samostein.
fossil Pokemon as well. It's Omanyte, the other fossil Pokemon.
Ah, Omanite. Ah, okay. Alright.
I believe Kabuto is like 140, I guess, or something.
Damn.
Yeah.
Alright, so 138 is around the fossil areas, I guess.
Mhm. So if Kelvin used a Pokemon shirt on episode 140, you know who it is now.
Podo.
Wait, who is it supposed to be?
Kabuto.
Kabuto?
We just talked about it.
Damn.
Alright, yeah, with that Pokemon trivia out of the way, let's go with our weekly watchies. Yeah,
Oh, we have 2 E's now on the watchies.
yeah, I add the one more, I add the E.
Okay.
Mhm.
But yeah, yeah, in the chat as well. What's the name? Go ahead and chime in on what you watched this week, but no Spider-Man.
I watched Spider-Man as no.
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 No Spider-Man until spoiler discussion. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So yeah, what's the name? Who wants to start first? I guess. Albert, when you want to go ahead?
I watched Spider-Man. No.
No.
Which Spider-Man did you watch?
Mm.
The one we're not allowed to talk about.
Damn, we're not talking
The
about
forbidden
that,
one.
man. What a
The forbidden
bummer.
one.
Forbidden one.
All right, Albert, go ahead. Well, what did you watch other
So-
than Spider-Man: No Way Home?
So I watched the prequel, Spider-Man: Far From Home. I also watched the prequel before that, Spider-Man: Homecoming. But the one that I want to talk about is the one that we never talked about on the show, at least as far as I remember. Because I know we've talked about the MCU Spider-Man. We've never talked about Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, and particularly Amazing Spider-Man 2. Because I think I watched this after last show. Unless
Okay.
I talked about it last show, which I don't think I did.
I don't think you did.
So
I don't think
Yeah.
we get
I
to
want
it
to talk
yet.
about this one because a lot of
Wait,
people.
the second one, right?
Yes, Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Okay.
A lot of people love Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2 up until this No Way Home is my favorite live-action Spider-Man movie. But like people already love it, so yeah. But no one really talk about Andrews because it sort of feels like he's in the middle between like Tom and Toby, so we
Yeah.
overlook him. But I thought this, I always liked this film, especially because the chemistry between Emma Stone and Andrew Garfield is so strong in this one, and the writing between the romance is really good because that's what Mark Webb he works on, like the drama stuff. So like those parts are like the best parts, and like some of the Spider-Man stuff are good. It just doesn't always make sense with him. Like overall, I thought the film I had a hate-love relationship with this film because I really, really want to love it, but there are stuff that I hate, like how Electro have his teeth fixed because he got his powers. Like I hate how stupid that is. And I love the
to tell you,
potential of
man.
I love the potential of Electro in this film, but the eventual payoff is not the best. And I thought Goblin looks trash. Although the final fight with Goblin was not bad, and we all know Gwen Stacy died in this film, and that always not haunts me, I guess. That always hurts me because it's done so well, and like the silence when she falls, and like Andrew Garfield performance is like
Fuck.
That's not such a nice way to describe it.
You know what I mean?
How would you
Let's
describe her
let's
falling?
describe it as like splat or something.
She didn't go splat.
Hog.
I want.
You know, I mean,
Someone
Yeah.
we need to edit that scene just like Ed Albert was like, Pog.
Pog. Pog. Yeah.
uh,
Busto dying is very
Alright,
pog.
go on, Rick, go on.
but yeah, no. Again, as a whole, I really I like this film more than I dislike it, especially again because it's built on the romance, and it's done so well. And like one of my favorite scenes between the interaction between the two of them is when they're on the bridge before they wanna before Gwen have to go to England, and Spider-Man just swoop him up, bring him to the bridge, and just they talk about them moving together. And it hurts so much because that never happened because she died. But they love how they move together. They want to go to New York, and then like the scene following that when they magnetize the web. What's it called? Web slinger?
The
web
web
slinger.
slinger.
Web
Web
shooter.
shooter? Yeah.
And then Spider-Man is like, no, you gotta stay here. No, I want to help you. And then she just webs her up to the car. And then Gwen is like, Peter. She closed her mouth because she just like she was so pissed. She just revealed the identity. I love that scene. But yeah, what do you guys think of this film?
I actually
Honestly,
like it.
Ariq, go ahead first. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Actually, what is it? Well, when I say I quite like it, I mean I find it like enjoyable because, like, some of the scenes they shot were pretty cool. I think, the first the opening one where like Spider-Man like was like swinging through the city. I thought that was like a really cool shot.
That's a good shot.
Yeah,
This was really badass, and Electro has his own like theme that was really badass. He has like such a awesome theme. And yeah, and I do like, when I say I like the ending, I mean like I don't know why, I just bittersweet endings or like something that is not very all happy. I quite like those kind of endings. I don't know why. I don't know. There's more story
I
to
think-
it than just like, oh, happily ever after Disney love whatever.
I think like the happy sad kind of ending.
I like happy sad kind of endings, and his ending was pretty
Happy
tragic.
sad?
It wasn't really happy, but it was characters try
Yeah,
to
it
build
was tragic,
characters.
A grieving character, I guess, right? More.
Yeah. Yeah, so technically, like, all in all, it is actually a fun movie, but I can understand why it's not, the best Spider-Man movie.
I'm pretty much on board with Ariq. It's like, not my favorite, but I enjoy the movie. It's just that the false hope I got after watching the trailer, that just kind of sets it down. It's like as I was watching the trailer, oh my god, there'll be Electro, there'll be, Green Goblin, I guess, and then there'll be Rhino. I'm like, oh my god. And Rhino looks like pretty damn badass. And then only to realize
Rhino's so bad.
Dude, I like the suits. I like the mechanized suits out of it. I don't
The
know.
accent and the stupidity of the
Oh yeah,
it's so
yeah.
dumb.
Man,
that
like,
part's dumb, yeah.
I do not like the portrayal of the character, but I really enjoy looking at the suit and how the suit, is in action, kind of thing.
The problem is, like, they showed that in the trailer, but that's literally all you see in the movie as well.
Yeah, that's all you see in the trailer as well, and it's like, what's it name? Only at the very end, and they didn't even fight. It's like Spider-Man just swinging like a manhole cover, about to hit it, and they cut, and they never make a third one. Yeah.
Did you know that the rumor was that the second one was only supposed to be Electro, and then the next one, and Gwen is still alive. The next one they're supposed to do Goblin in the opening.
That's when
and
she
then
died.
they killed her, and then the film is about a rage-filled Spider-Man, which would be very different.
That would be interesting.
That would be very
But
interesting.
they don't. But Sony doesn't trust that Electro is
Can
like
kill.
capable of being a solo villain. They don't trust that character. So
they don't trust.
They decide to put 3 villains in one film, plus a factory under Oscorp that have Dr. Octopus, Vulture, and all those.
Yeah.
That.
They make freaking. I wasn't a fan of the decision, but they make freaking Electro into like a Blue Man group member. Like-
Blue Man.
Yeah, and then and then sure, the most memorable part about the movie, a part of Gwen Stacy dying, is definitely the weird ass electro concert that they have. The dubstep electro fight.
Yeah, the one with all the rods and everything.
The electrical rods, yeah.
Yeah, that's
That
quite
scene
cool.
was bizarre, but I'm like, hey, it's unique, it's memorable. Yeah, yeah. Honestly, yeah, and yeah, like Ariq said, the score for what's the name? Electro. It's
Yeah.
really good. I really liked it. Yeah, yeah. How about your thoughts on Amazing Spider-Man
I
2?
don't, cause like I never really liked it. I guess. I think I
Okay.
might like it the least out of all of us here.
Mhm.
Then again, I don't like the first one even more. So
The first Andrew Garfield
Not the
one or
biggest
the
fan of the
first?
first one.
Yeah, not
Andrew
the biggest
Garfield one,
fan
Andrew
either.
Garfield one.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think for me the biggest issue with that was just that I mean yeah, the whole Gwen part was like really tragic and I think that was a good part, but like the rest of it with the letdown of all three villains was just too much for me.
It's
It's just too much for Teguh. Damn, Teguh can't
It's
take
just
it.
too much. It's too much.
the film is a mess though. There is like so many stuff that, like, remember the setup that they did, that Peter's parents are like spies or whatever, and then they have the underground tunnel train thing. They're like setting up so
Oh
it's
god,
like
right,
they don't
that
know what they're
happened.
doing.
Yeah, I forgot
It's
about
like
that.
it's literally like they don't know what they're doing.
No, it felt like a mess. I
But the
remember
film
it
is
as
like,
a mess.
yeah, it's that, which is why I have a hate love relationship, because I really want to like it, and the parts I like I really like, but the parts I hate I'm like, why is this in here?
Albert, just take my approach to it, accept it, and just hate it.
What the
I mean, it's like it's
but
so
every
like,
time I see the scene at the bridge, it makes me cry. So good.
it's
Just
like
the music at that moment, the best.
I feel like everyone. I think it is like consensus that everyone did agree that like the chemistry between Garfield and Emma Stone's like really good, and like people were saying that at least at that time, at least before the Tom Holland one, that like Toby is like the best Spider-Man, but Andrew Garfield's like the best version of the Peter Parker one or something like that. At one point, there was a discussion. I remember.
Yeah, I remember talking about that.
Yeah, yeah, and Tom Holland just steals it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
is that it? I guess about Amazing Spider-Man 2. Yeah. Well, what do you guys think in the chat? Go ahead and chime in if you have any thoughts on Amazing Spider-Man 2. But yeah, Green Goblin really just ugly there. Honestly.
Oh, he looks so bad.
Yeah, so I really hate the
and
fact that they
I like
changed
the
it
idea.
over.
I like the idea of the disease and everything.
Oh, really? Okay. I don't like it. I didn't like it.
I think on paper the idea is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Because that makes because Oscorp is like trying to find a cure to it, right? Because that's why Oscorp sort of exists in that universe. But like just the execution, I thought was bad.
Yeah.
Wait! I just remembered something from that second movie. Wasn't there like, well, not Black Cat, but like her real identity wasn't? Yeah.
Felicia Hardy. Felicity Jones. See, they set up other stuff. They set
up,
Jones,
yeah. They set her up, but she didn't really appear.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah. Here. Federal movies of. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. From the chat. Yeah. Cameron Patterson said Andrew Garfield could have good chemistry with a rock. I mean, Andrew Garfield
he have chemistry with a stone, so might as well rock.
Well,
yeah, right.
Dwayne.
He did some movies. Yeah, he's a really good actor, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, Fatal Movies will say that The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is my 6th favorite live-action Spider-Man film. How many are there in total?
3, 4.
Wait, so including No Way Home?
8. There's 8.
Oh, including No Way Home, there's 8.
Yeah, there's 8.
Okay, all right.
Unless you include the Venom verse.
That's not.
Then that's
straight up. Let's not.
6 out of 8. That's not very good, is it?
Hey man, at least it's not last. But yeah, Alright, so yeah, the Amazing Spider-Man 2, yeah, it was alright, I guess. How about I know Ariq only watched Spider-Man No Way Home, so you talk about that later. How about Teguh?
I
Did
will
you
talk
watch
about
any other
it.
movie?
No, I did not.
Oh god damn
Damn, you have one job. You have one job.
You don't watch No Way Home. You don't watch any other movie. God damn.
See, I was actually going to, well, wanting to watch did I mention this last week? I don't know if I mentioned this last week, but what's it called? Dear Evan Hansen?
Hanson? Yeah.
Yeah, that I was actually interested. I saw the trailer and I was interested and I wanted to watch, but none of my friends wanted to go and I'm not about to go watch it alone, so
You watch Encanto alone, so why not just watch it alone?
because Encanto was like I was in the area and had nothing else to do.
Oh,
If
okay.
I'm in the area of the cinema and have nothing else to do again, like on Monday or Tuesday, then I might go watch
Sure.
it.
Oh, alright.
But I don't
Alright.
think I'll be that bored, so we'll see.
Alright then. Yeah. Understandable. Alright, after I
Fair.
talk about mine, I guess, and we'll go to the chat real quick. Alright, so yeah.
Mhm.
The only other movie I watched today, this week was Last Science. Oh, finally, I watched it. Yeah,
Dun, 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 dun,
yeah,
dun,
Last Science. So,
dun, dun.
nah, the acting is great. The acting is great in that movie, honestly. What's her name? Anya Taylor-Joy and
Thomas and Mackenzie.
yeah, Thomas and Mackenzie. Those two, mm, those two are really good. Yeah, those two are really good. Thomas and Mackenzie, yeah, she looks beautiful there. Um, and then what's his name? The
Which
Doctor
one?
Who dude.
Matt Smith.
Yeah, that guy. Man, boy, that I don't understand. That guy got a very villainy face, I guess.
That's not the right way to
Doctor
describe British people.
Yeah, James Bond villainy type. Even though I've never watched James Bond, but yeah. But yeah. But you guys, can I talk about spoilers or?
Have they seen it?
I think
Some
most of the
people
chat
have
have
seen
seen
it.
it.
I think most of the chat I've seen last
Wait, have
episode, but
Ariq and Teguh seen it?
well, I
No.
haven't, but I not gonna lie, I personally don't really care much about it.
Nah, just
Teguh's
watch
I
not
meant
it.
it's
gonna
horror
watch
for
that.
Teguh, so I don't know watch.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, it's horror
honestly,
for
even though
Teguh,
it's
yeah.
written as horror, it's not that kind of horror where it's like, oh, ghosts. I mean, sure, I got jump scared a few times when watching, but but that's just me. But yeah, yeah, the horror is not like it's a scary horror or anything. It's more like the the vibe, I guess, or like the context of it. That's like horror. The context of like,
Mm.
yeah. Do you agree with like the context, right? That makes it kind of horror-ish, I guess.
I mean,
But,
visually, it's definitely visually it's also have horror vibes to it.
visually,
But
yeah,
I get what you mean. It's very
yeah. I guess
psychological
it's
as well.
psychological. Yeah, that's true. And then I like was it the downtown song? That was really cool. You know, that was really cool. And then yeah, the one
The
scene
whole
that
soundtrack is so good.
yeah, whole soundtrack is good. Honestly, yeah, that's true. The whole what's the name? There's one scene that's really well done, so memorable. Is I think yeah, Albert knows it as well. The dancing scene at like the first time I think she went to the 60s in Soho thing. Yeah, it's like they did it in like one take kind of thing, and then like switching between Anya Taylor-Joy and Mackenzie kind of thing as you're dancing around. Man, that was really really well done. Um, and yeah, I think Albert, you mentioned there was the behind the scenes of it, right?
Did you saw it?
I haven't seen it,
Aw.
but yeah, there was a behind the scenes thing that you can find on YouTube. Is it right, Bert?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, yeah, you can find
Mhm.
that on YouTube, the behind the scenes of when they are making that movie. And according to Albert, it's like they really actually did it one take, right? One take, and then they actually choreograph it to the point where the transition between Anya Taylor-Joy and Mackenzie, it's flawless, kind of thing.
It's so good. That scene is
It's
really
it's so good. That scene is really good. It's really well done. Um, yeah, but outside of that, it definitely doesn't feel like an Edgar Wright movie, for me at least. Yeah, yeah. I mean, this is the first time he's doing a very different genre. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's always had comedy on his side, and there's no comedy at all in here.
There's no comedy at all in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the name? I know people are. I remember people are very split on the ending, if I remember correctly. And wait, Albert, what's your which side are you on? Are you on the I like it or the I hate it side? Do you remember?
I think I am on the side of like, oh, so that's what happened? Okay.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
don't think
pretty much.
I don't think that's the best choice, but I
Mhm.
am not highly affected by it. Like in a way where I dislike it.
Yeah, say pretty much. Yeah, I'm in the same boat with Albert. I'm just okay with it as well. It's like I think there are other better ways to do it, but hey, I ain't a filmmaker. But yeah, so yeah, there's that. The ending was the twist. I guess it was just kind of like, oh, I guess all right, that's pretty neat, I suppose. Yeah. Uh, Outside of that,
Everything in the 60s looks great though. The set design
yeah,
of the
everything in the
60s
60s looks
is
great. Yeah,
awesome.
the way, yeah, honestly, yeah, visually it's great. Visually, the movie is amazing. Like how they use the lightings, and then like the way they shot the scenes, cinematography kind of stuff. I guess that was really well done, I think. But yeah, it's just yeah, it's not the. I guess Edgar Wright is trying something new, right? He can't always hit gold with everything. So yeah. But yeah, pretty much. I think I still give it like a solid either 8 or 8.5 kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'll give it an 8.5. Yeah.
That's high.
I enjoyed it, especially the performance from Mackenzie and Anya Taylor-Joy. Yeah, those are really good there. Yeah. All right. So yeah, that's Last Sign Soho. All right, let's go to the chat for a bit. Let's see. So yeah, Fred Lamouille says, I saw Spider-Man No Way Home this week. So yeah,
No, you
talk
didn't.
about that later.
No, you didn't.
And yeah, Samuel-Stein said, aside from No Way Home, I watched Coraline for the first time! Yeah! I don't know why I'm so happy.
So loud.
I was waiting for you to see that. I was waiting for you to see that comment.
Coraline was good. Loved the film. Samuel-Stein.
Kelvin paid him to say that. No, that's not true.
Samuel-Stein, good on you. Coraline, yeah, really great movie. Yeah, Coraline. If you guys haven't watched it, go watch it. It's really good. I really liked it, and Samuel-Stein loved it as well. So yeah, that's good. Man, Coraline's so good. And yeah, Summer Machine said excited for No Way Home discussion. I saw both that No Way Home and Being the Ricardos this week. No Way Home is great. Ricardos is meh.
Interesting.
Is that a new movie or something, Bert?
Yeah, it's a new release. It's by Aaron Sorkin, who wrote the screenplay to Social Network. He directed what's the Trial of Chicago 7 last year.
Yeah, that.
So yeah, he's a prolific screenwriter. I've heard mixed stuff about the film. So
all right, I know. Usually his writing is good, to what I know at least.
Yeah.
Like really fast paced, speaking between two
tight.
people. Yeah.
So some people like it, some people think it's just pretentious. So it depends on how you feel.
That's true. Yeah. Let's see. Katie Lynch said, "So No Way Home." Also saw The Harder They Fall on Netflix. The film is really cool. All right.
I've been meaning to watch that.
All right. What is it about, Albert?
It's a modern take on a Western, but the cast is all full of African Americans. And the trailer looks so badass. I think Idris Elba is in that. Jonathan Majors, I believe, who play Kang, is in that.
Yeah.
Damn, so okay. it's just like because you never see like African American cowboys. So this is like they're doing it.
Django Unchained.
That Regina King, huh?
Django. Does Django Unchained count?
He's not a cowboy.
I guess that's true.
Yeah, the trailer looks cool, so I've been meaning to see it.
Straight up.
But yeah, moving on. Someone says Spider-Man 2 is still my favorite for now. Ooh, okay.
Okay.
Ooh, Spider-Man 2 is still above No Way Home. Okay, for someone's line.
It's a really good film, bro. I think
All right,
Kelvin
all right,
would-
all right. And then Bobzilla said the Japanese live-action Spider-Man is the best. Did you
Oh,
wait,
the-
Bobby? Did you actually watch the Japanese Spider-Man?
the emissary of hell thing.
The Emissary of Hell.
Gonna be in
Yeah,
Spider-Verse.
Star Machine said last night in Soho is a fun film, but bottom tier for Edgar Wright for me. Yeah,
Same.
like I said, he can't hit gold of everything. Yeah, pretty much same here as well. Yeah, Samuel Stein also say I like Last Night in Soho and Katie Lynch as well. Last Night in Soho does have a good soundtrack, and Bob Zilla replied, "I saw clips of it." Well,
He just saw the emissary of hell part.
the Emissary of Hell. Yeah. That's all you need to know. He's the Emissary of Hell. He's not your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Damn.
But yeah, alright, so yeah, that's pretty much it, I guess, for weekly watches, yeah. Albert watched a bunch of Spider-Man stuff, and yeah, Ariq also watched No
Fun
Way Home.
Spider-Man stuff.
Yeah, but yeah, yeah, we talked about the Amazing Spider-Man 2, and also watched The Last Night in Soho, I guess, yeah. So yeah, that's about it for weekly watches. Yeah, alright, so I guess we should just move on to the news stuff, I guess, which is that. Well, first of all, let's talk about the new trailer that dropped earlier this week about Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore. Yes, and as viewers of Councilmen, I think we all know the real answer. It's Dumbledore's Arby's. Dumbledore Arby's. That's it.
What do you mean, Teguh, you never had Arby's before? 'Cause I've never.
Nah, I've
Well,
never had Arby's.
No, I've never had Arby's either.
Albert?
Albert?
Never-
You're the only one that has
I've-
that.
I've had it twice.
Oh,
There you go.
what's
That
the
means you've
secret word?
tasted
Their
Dumbledore.
bathroom, their bathroom is always locked for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh,
That's
the
a secret.
That's where the
That's a secret.
is.
That's a secret.
That's where the secret is.
Albert, if you go in there, you'll find Dumbledore's secret. That's it. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
man.
in the
Right
toilet this whole
there.
time. Damn.
I
Okay.
thought his secret was the Arby's. He have a secret inside his secret. Damn.
Yeah, man. Alright, but yeah. Anyway,
Taylor.
Albert, that's how you keep.
it's like
the
onion.
secret.
Layer. It has layers.
I agree.
Oh.
I agree with Cameron in the comments.
Cameron.
I agree with Cameron.
Arby's.
Arby's.
Oh,
sucks! Oh no.
I'm gonna leave this on.
We
just
just-
for
we
those
just-
We're
we
never,
just
we're never gonna get.
any-
We're never gonna get sponsored.
We just cut any potential sponsor by Arby's. Damn.
Oh well.
But yeah, alright, yeah. Time about the Fantastic Beasts, the Secrets of Dumbledore trailer. I am sure I'm the least qualified to say anything about this,
So say it first then.
so I'll say it first. I
Uh.
don't understand what is happening in the trailer at all. I don't know who is who. All I know, there's this salamander dude,
Yep.
Newt Salamander.
Scamander.
What's his name?
Scarmander.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Newt's commander.
Newt Commander,
Commander.
yeah. Yeah, that's all I know. And they changed Johnny Depp to Mickelson. That dude, with the weird eyes.
Matt Mikkelsen.
Because of
yeah.
the controversy
Matt
shit
Mickelson,
back then.
because of the controversy. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all I know. And I'm surprised that that guy's still alive. The Ezra Miller character. I thought he was dead.
No, he wasn't.
I guess not. I don't know. I
John,
just
did you watch
he
remember.
was
the
never dead.
Did you watch the
What?
previous two movies?
No, I only watched the first one, Fantastic Beasts. and
Only
Where
the
to Find
first.
Them,
Okay,
that's
okay, yeah, never mind. That's what Kelvin doesn't know.
Okay.
it. Yeah, I thought he was dead in that one. So I'm like, oh, he's back now with long hair. That's cool. I
Yeah,
guess.
no shit. You don't understand anything if you haven't seen the second one. It's gonna be rough.
That's
The second one was
It's
still
gonna be rough
confusing
for you to
though.
understand
So
anything in here.
But yeah, yeah, at least he doesn't have that goofy haircut anymore. He did not have that yes haircut.
yes, haircut. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
so yeah, Ezra Miller looks better now at least. Yeah, Bobzilla, yeah, Newt. Yeah, I know it's a different amphibian.
Newt Salamander. Yeah.
I was just thinking like Newt amphibian. What's the back? I know it starts with an S. And I was just thinking of another amphibian, a salamander. So.
Newt Salamander is close enough.
All right, but yeah, you guys go ahead, take it away, and talk about the trailer.
Ariq and Teguh, you guys can start.
Teguh, want to say something about it? I don't know how much Teguh has watched about.
I watched the trailer and I watched the first and the second movie. I'm
Can't
struggling to
what
remember
happened.
what happened.
Well, so that means it's not a very good movie, was it? Oh, not the second one,
No,
the
So here,
I
let
remember-
me try. As
I
someone
remember
who's
wanting
seen
the sequel. That's all I remember. I just remember wanting
As
to see
someone
what
who's seen
happened.
seen both Fantastic Beasts and Crimes of Grindelwald several times, let me try to give a brief backstory.
Mhm.
Fantastic Beasts is about Newt going to New York, right, and all the beasts going loose, and at the same time, there is an evil wizard that is named Grindelwald that's been wreaking havoc. At the end of the film, they capture him. That's all you need to know, pretty much, on the first one. And then in the second one, Grindelwald is being passed from one wizarding prison to another wizarding prison because no one wants to deal with him, and he escaped eventually, and he starts like a cult following, and people's like following his steps. He's basically like the wizard Hitler, pretty much.
Wizard of
Was
Oz.
it Hitler?
It takes place
Oh
in
my
World War
God.
II. It's not even subtle, dude. It takes place
No,
on
it's
World War II, and he wants
no,
to
it's
like.
before. No, it's before World War II,
Is
Albert.
it
It
World
took
War?
place in 1930,
Okay, see.
1929, actually. It's before.
Okay, so he well, yeah. So
Oh,
No, I
Hitler was
specifically
before
remember
Hitler.
the plot that
Yeah.
Grindelwald wanted to rule over the humans because he first saw World War II was coming. That's
Oh, yeah.
actually remembered that part in the second movie.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's all
something along those lines. You're right, but yeah, basically, it's about that, and like having a following, and Ezra Miller's character is like a really strong wizard who is revealed at the end of the film that he's a Dumbledore, or at least that's what Grindelwald said, that he is a Dumbledore, and so Ezra Miller is on Grindelwald's side, um, and yeah, Newt Scamander have to team up with Dumbledore to try to stop him from starting in a wizarding war, basically.
Mm.
And
This all happened in the second.
Yes,
his brother
yes,
is
Kelvin,
his
it did.
Newt. They also introduced Newt's brother in the second film, which you see a lot in this film. Theseus Scamander. In the second film, remember Jacob Kowalski, who was the Muggle. He came back to the film, and he remembers everything, and then he's now part of the team as well. And then we also have Alison Sudol, who played Queenie, which is the sister of Tina, and she switched sides from being from the good side to the evil side. And then Tina is also in the previous film, and she started to develop a romance with Newt. Yeah, that's all in the second film, Kelv. Oh, also they also introduced Lita Lestrange in the second film, and they also kill her off directly in the second film. So nothing much.
Not much,
Here, look, Cameron made a good point.
Sensei, you're lucky you didn't see the second one. You know?
You are so lucky. Wait, this is going on the TikTok reel, Albert. You have to put it on. Just like
Yeah,
Albert
so-
explains.
You're clipping this.
Cameron,
what
go
is
on.
this?
Say, I'm very impressed, Albert.
Yeah. You have to put this on the TikTok reel. I want to see Calvin just like.
I was following until I wasn't.
Yeah. Yes.
All right.
But yeah, anyway, what's your thoughts to go?
I don't know anymore. See, I was gonna say, yeah. I remember being curious to see what happens next, but now that I'm hearing all of that, I'm suddenly not so curious anymore.
So maybe they're banking on the fact that it's so confusing that you don't remember, so they just kind of like,
Oh, a new
people are just
movie.
excited for the third one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say
I
I'll say
will
this.
admit, I am curious about seeing a Muggle with a wand.
That's
Yeah, I know,
really
right?
weird, right? Because I don't think that's ever happened before.
I don't think that's how it
And
worked.
they
back
just
then,
give
how
him
they
a wand.
explained it.
If a
Right?
Muggle hold the what's it name,
Wand.
the wand, does it just become a stick?
Well, we're about to
Maybe.
find out.
Here's what I remembered from like
they've never done that.
what I remember
Huh.
from the first
But
Harry
it's never been
Potter is that
addressed either, has it?
they made it like, how is it? Like wizards and humans are born different, like
Cause like
in
even-
Marvel,
e-
mutants are different than humans.
Because like even Hermione is Muggle-born. Both of her parents are Muggles, but she, at least in the movie, they never really address how she if she applied to Hogwarts or Hogwarts select her. I don't know how the process go. I don't know how the process works there. But she becomes a wizard. So I
You're
don't
a
know.
wizard, Hermione. A what?
But this one they just give him a wand straight
whoa.
up. So
Yes.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I thought it was genetical. What is it like being a wizard? It's like if
No,
you're
Yeah.
because
if you have like wizard.
there are Muggle-born. There are half bloods, which are like
Yeah, that's why they have like
one
that
blood,
term
one other.
mudblood or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't read Harry Potter.
That's a racial slur right there.
That's the racial slur.
It
Mudblood.
literally is.
I know.
It
Yeah, I know.
literally is.
I'm aware of that.
Because there is pure
Alright.
blood, there is non-blood, which non-blood is Hermione. Pure blood is like Harry. Both parents are wizards. So, yeah. But anyway, back to this trailer. I'm interested to see Mads Mikkelsen in this role because I like his line of work. I think he's gonna bring a different kind of menace that Johnny Depp's bring to this role. And I think from the trailer itself, he already sort of like gives me an impression of like he's gonna have a different take on the character because it's gonna be hard to try to live under the shadow of Johnny Depp. So he's definitely gonna try and make it different on his own. But yeah, I'm interested to see that, and because the second one is just so full of like exposition and setup. So I'm hoping to see more of a payoff in this one and a more concise story. Looking forward to see it. Looking forward to see more of what Ezra Miller can do and more Dumbledore actually in action, because Dumbledore wasn't that much in action in the previous film. So I'm curious. I think they also mentioned Aberforth in the film, right? In the trailer, right? His brother, Albus's brother.
Yeah.
Oh,
he
yeah,
was
yeah.
there. He appeared. Yeah.
So that's interesting. I think there is a teacher as well, a professor at what they mentioned. So that's, yeah, I'm curious to see. Also, I did not realize until I checked out the Wikipedia, but Steve Kloves, who wrote the screenplay for the Harry Potter films, is coming back for this one. He was not involved in the previous films because it was all J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling wrote the screenplay for both previous Fantastic Beasts films. So Steve Kloves is now coming back to write the screenplay for this, along with J.K. So that's promising. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. In the wait, Ariq, have you given your thoughts yet?
Oh.
Alright, go ahead, Ariq.
Okay, so
I got so lost in all of it, I don't even remember anymore.
I just want before I go into the trailer, I just want to mention this second movie. Do you know they had that scene in the graveyard where they were like talking about everything? Yeah, I got a migraine from that. Jeez, my head.
Dude, I have watched that film like 4 times maybe. Every time I watch that scene, I get lost all over again.
Yeah, right.
I'm not even kidding. It's like
that's the scene
like,
where it's all the
confusing.
followers gathered.
Yeah, they were like.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm talking about the reveal of like the baby switch and whatever, and like the
they were
story.
like, oh, it turns out this person was this and that person was that, and in correlation, this person was related to this and that, and I was like,
huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kelvin, even if we tried to explain it to you,
it's the screenplay, man. The screenplay is garbage. Because J.K. Rowling doesn't know how to write a screenplay. She can write a book. She cannot write a screenplay to save her life.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Very
With a book, you can include many things. Screenplay, you have to.
Very different, Rowling. Yeah.
And she doesn't know how to do that. So, well, damn, I was lost. My head hurts. My head hurts right now thinking about it. But in any case, not for the trailer on its own. I think it looks pretty like intense. Like I guess they wanted to make it, I think it's like the final movie in the series or something. I don't know. Third.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that. Is this the final one in the trilogy?
Is it actually? Yeah, I just realized. Just because it's the third one doesn't necessarily. Oh, there's 5.
They have 5 in production. I think.
Oh, for God's sakes! That was definitely gonna get lost.
Yep. Okay, go on. Yeah.
Yeah, but I wanted to say like, yeah, it looks like things are picking up quite a lot. There's like a lot of, I don't know, action scenes, a lot of like fighting, magical fights. I thought they were kind of cool. And what is this here? This is what Bobby says here. Why do I have a feeling that there won't be any Fantastic Beast in the new Fantastic Beast movie? I don't know. I have that feeling as well.
Sort of saw some
like
saw a
Ariq
bit.
said, yeah. Like Ariq said that time. What's his name? The title Fantastic Beast gets smaller and smaller every installment.
Yeah. If you check the movie titles, like the main one, Fantastic Beast, where to find them on the bottom.
Where to find them?
Second one is Crimes of Grindelwald, but then you can see a little bit of Fantastic Beast up there. Now it's like the Fantastic Beast is smaller than the D in Dumbledore's, not Arby's,
Yep.
Dumbledore's Secrets.
It's like
It's getting
it's
less
like
relevant about the Beast, you know?
Fantastic Beasts. Dumbledore, Secrets of Dumbledore.
Yeah, exactly. It's getting less about Beast and more about
Yeah,
Doodledore
I
and his
think
Arby's.
Cameron Patterson did say the first Fantastic Beasts
This
should have
one,
been a
yeah.
one-off story for one movie, and they should have been another series with Dumbledore and Grindelwald. Yeah, I mean, like you're putting
makes
the
sense.
whole what's his name? Like Newt's commander. I don't know. Feels kind of like they're talking about Dumbledore. That's the main story, but the main character is not Dumbledore. It's Newt's commander, right?
Yeah.
Is that how it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
More or
know.
More or
less.
less.
Just from the
Although they're
premise,
more
kind of
leaning.
weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're starting to lean more of making the franchise as an ensemble. I feel like,
Mm.
but yeah, they're
Yeah,
slowly
that's true.
moving away from him. I think the
Yeah,
setup with
yeah.
Dumbledore and everything.
Yeah. So yeah, not before that. Let's get to the chat first. Yeah,
We'll
Cameron
get to the chat,
Patterson also
yeah.
say Matt is Nicholson. Yeah, Matt
Matt
is
Mickelson.
probably the best casting they could have done for this situation. Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like a villainous guy. I like how he looks.
Yeah,
I like Matt.
that's true.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
because you
Katie
played that
Lynch
game. I forgot what it's called.
He was
also
so
say
good there as well.
the trailer was alright. I just cannot live through another Crimes of Grindelwald.
nobody should live
Is
through
that-
another Crimes of Grindelwald. It's
Yeah,
that
and she
confusing.
say J.K. Rowling sucks. Yeah. Cameron Patterson said she was trying to write a book with the screenplay. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
she
that's what
was.
happened. Like she writes off like one line, but then there's like a whole description of it, like in a novel,
Yep.
of what the person is feeling and all.
Yep. Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah. And then Phantom Hui says, "I like that Hufflepuff gets house point in the trailer. Nice."
It's
That's
Hufflepuff
true.
and
Yeah,
losers.
oh, right.
And the main title, oh yeah, Bob Zilla said the main title gets tinier with the subtitles getting bigger. Yep, that's how
Yeah,
it is.
I can imagine the fifth movie is like it's like this
It's like
small for the main title.
Fantastic Beasts. The font size like 1.
Yeah, one. Then it's the, whatever the subtitle is.
Oh, can I?
It's like Where's
also-
Waldo, but you have to find Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah. What are you gonna say, Albert?
I was about to say one of my favorite things also about this franchise as well is that seeing all the different wizarding, the whole different wizarding communities in different countries, because we've only seen the British side in the Harry Potter, and like in the previous film we saw like New York in the first film,
Mhm.
American
Yep.
wizards, and we see like the French wizards in the second one. So like if they go around the world, it will be interesting to see how the different communities wizards world are like.
Yeah.
So which country is this one next? No, we don't know actually.
I don't know. I have no idea.
All right. Yeah.
Let's see the German
So, yeah.
wizards, you know.
Yeah. I think Naruto the man sums it all the best. I mean, if there's no Arby's, then what's the point?
Yeah.
Yeah. Very much. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all we have to say. You guys have to say, right, about the what's the name? Secrets of Dumbledore trailer. Right?
Yeah, Arby's. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. So yeah. That's pretty much it. I don't think many people are that excited for this movie. Or are they?
Yeah. Actually, yeah,
How
chat,
excited
what
are
do
you
you
guys
think?
in the chat as
Yeah.
well? How about
Yeah.
In
How
scale
about you
from
guys?
in a
I don't
scale from
even
1 to
know.
10?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
1 to 10. Yeah. 7 being average, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
7.5.
7.5. Okay. Still
I'm
slightly.
like scared more than anything, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
fair enough.
How about Ariq and Teguh?
I give it a 6 because of that graveyard scene really fucked my head. I hate it. Give it, yeah, I
And
give it a 6.
Teguh?
I think I'd give it a 7.5 as well for
All right.
excitement.
So
Yeah.
everyone just
Like
kind
out
of
of everyone here, I'm like the biggest Wizarding World fan, but like
I think
again,
so.
that Grindelwald really left a bad taste in my mouth, man. And I'm
Yeah.
legitimately like scared because if this is garbage, like what Katie Lynch said, I cannot live through another Crimes. Like really, I could not. So
Mhm.
But yeah. Well, man, I feel like you guys right now are like get too far in it.
Well,
Might as well
I don't think
finish it
I
off.
am because I normally forget everything, but
I don't know. I mean, in the Wizarding world, right? You watch the Harry Potter stuff, and you watch.
I did
this.
watch the Harry Potter stuff, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not even in it yet, so Alright, yeah, so that's pretty much it, I guess, for our Secrets of Dumbledore trailer discussion. Yeah. Alright, so yeah, let's move on quickly to the next one. I don't think we have much to say about it because it's just casting. Casting news, yeah, for The Last Airbender live action cast. Yeah, it'll be a Netflix movie series.
Series, I believe.
Series. Yeah, it'll be a live action Netflix series. Yeah. So let's just. I think didn't we mention some of them already back then?
We did. They
Yeah.
just expanded. They just expanded the cast.
Yeah, they expanded the cast, but honestly, no, the reason I decided to bring this on is just mostly because what's the name? One of the actress, the one that will be playing Suki, yeah. Here's the funny thing. Uh, Teguh definitely didn't remember. However, the actress that plays Suki, Teguh has actually been in one room with her, most likely. Yeah.
One room with her, most likely, not definitely.
Not definitely. But yeah, because back then Teguh joined a lot of oh yeah, you can see the casting on screen. But yeah,
Yeah.
Teguh joined a lot of like the was you debate stuff,
MUN.
MUN stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
And then at one point, I think he went with one of our good friend, and then I was talking to that friend, and she was like this talking about the girls there, and she mentioned that girl that plays Suki. Her name is Maria Zhang.
Dang.
Zhang, yeah, and yeah. So Teguh was in the room with her at one point. Yeah,
Imagine how that could have gone. Teguh would have been in this live action series as well.
I know,
you know?
right? I know, right? Maybe Teguh wouldn't have given up on his filmmaking dream.
Yeah, maybe Teguh could play Uncle Iro. I forgot his name.
Uncle Iroh.
But
Uncle
yeah,
Iro. Teguh can play Uncle Iro.
I just want to mention
Uncle Iroh.
that weird little thing, I guess. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, but honestly, I don't think people are that excited for a live action.
Well,
I
considering what
realize
happened to the
Airbender.
last one, the last time,
That
I
is
mean.
true. Considering what happened to the last one, nobody is really excited about this. But
Goodness.
yeah, and it doesn't help that Netflix sometimes they doesn't have the best track record for the original stuff.
Well,
I
for
feel like-
what do you call it? Live action
Adaptation, I guess.
Adaptations, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean,
they just
literally,
they recently failed that anime
Cowboy Bebop. Yeah.
Cowboy Bebop just got. That's it. One season, that's done. They canceled
Yep.
it. So
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Terrible.
yeah, I mean, we got some well-known names like Daniel Day Kim and Candy Long is joining. So we sort of they're familiar names. But aside from that, they're pretty much unknown. Everyone else is unknown, at least to me. I don't know any of them.
Yeah, that's true. Everyone else is very young. Well,
Although there was a photo recently, a group photo of them, and they do look like their characters. I'm trying to find it, but I don't know where I saw it at. They do look like the character. I'm
is
like,
it not
okay, that could be pretty cool. No. There's actually like a group photo of them together in a room,
Okay.
and they actually look similar.
Alright.
Like to the
Well,
yeah.
Again, just because they look similar doesn't mean it'll be good.
Although the kid who played Aang, and I understand Aang is supposed to be really young, he looks way younger than the rest of the cast, which is still kind of
feel like
sort of
he's still
weird to
young.
me.
He looks
Yeah.
so young compared to Katara, and they're supposed to be like
Yeah, and
together,
this-
well, in the end.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, maybe
Like-
maybe at the end of the series, their age will not be too much different look. So I don't know.
The look wise, I guess maybe, but we'll see. I
Because I
guess
think
how it
they're casting like faithful to age. I think it's like Aang is like
Mhm.
10, 11, and Katara's like 14 or something. So
Yeah.
the beginning of the series.
I mean, yeah. Again, even though none of us are really that excited for this, but I'm still gonna, I'm gonna watch the first few episodes just to see, when it came,
Is it a
when it
series?
came. I'm gonna watch the first few. Yeah. I think
Okay.
we think it's a series at least.
I believe.
Oh,
it's a
okay.
series.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
If it's a series, yeah, I'm gonna watch like 1 or 2 episodes of it, and then we'll be like, all right. if it's good or bad. I don't know.
Well,
Probably in the
to
middle.
be honest, yeah, if it's on Netflix, yeah, I'll
Hopefully.
just check it out. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah.
I'll say this though, I like that the voice cast, because I still follow the voice cast like on Twitter and everything, and I listen to an Avatar podcast because there's an Avatar podcast that's run by Dante Basco, who voiced Zuko, and oh my god, who voiced Korra? Shit,
I
I'm
don't
blanking on her name,
remember.
but the voice actors who voiced Korra, um, and they're all very supportive of the cast of the upcoming cast. So I like that, at least supportive of them. It's like passing off the torch and whatever. So yeah.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. In the chat. What's his name? Cameron Petter said, "Oh, on Netflix, already off to a bad start." Yep.
Yes. That is
And then Simple Ju say, "What? That's still happening? Send it to the multiverse. We don't want. We don't want it."
the one.
And Bobzilla say, "What happened to the last one? I've wiped that out of my memory."
No, it never happened. This is the first
Never
one.
happened.
These are them. Sokka looks like Sokka.
Who's Sokka? Oh yeah, Sokka looks like Sokka. Yeah.
Aang looks so young, it's insane.
And they're supposed to be love interests. Oh god.
And I can sort of see the Zuko a little bit, but yeah.
Not with that hair.
Yeah, not with that. Yeah,
Not with that hair. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Pretty much. That's it. All right. That's it. Yeah. We don't have much things to say about it, honestly. But yeah.
Yeah, and
All
I
right.
think
So
the
yeah,
chat
I
is
guess we should in the chat as well. You know, there's not much to say about it. So
not
yeah.
that interesting.
Now let's jump into the main course of this episode. Well, we got double main course for this episode, I guess, which is
So you don't get the first. You
yeah.
don't get
We
the
only
second
get
though.
one. Yeah. Me and Teguh only get one. But yeah, but first of all, we're going to talk about Hawkeye episode 5, and then we'll move on to the Spider-Man No Way Home review. All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much yeah. So yeah, Spider-Man. Hawkeye episode 5 review first, then Spider-Man No Way Home. So yeah, I guess we should talk about Hawkeye episode 5. We're going to do directly. Yeah. What's its name? Spoiler discussion for it. So yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's your spoiler warning, I guess. Spoiler discussion for Hawkeye episode 5. All right, so let's start, I guess. Yeah, in the chat as well, chime in your thoughts on the episode 5. So, all right, who wants to go first? Albert? Ariq?
Why were we starting with me?
Because
you're
Albert is
the-
the
yeah.
one that will. No, but Albert will wrap up everyone. So it has to start from someone who doesn't know.
Yeah, Ariq.
Uh, what do I think about episode? You know what? Episode 5 is. I would like to say it's the turning point, as in like. I think I've already mentioned this before, several episodes before, or maybe the last episode. I wasn't very interested in Hawkeye that much when it started. I thought 1 and 2 wasn't that fun. 3 was getting somewhere. 4 was very interesting with Yelena appearing, and the 5th one, that's like, it's reached the point where we're like, I don't need sleep, I need answers kind of point. But we'll discuss that word a bit later. But in general, I do like the what is it, the episode, because they are. I think Albert mentioned before. Oh, there's so many things to wrap up. How are they gonna do it? And I think they're wrapping it up. Well, not everything, obviously, because it's not the last episode, but they're wrapping up some points very well, especially that part with Ronan and what's her name?
What's her name? Echo? Yeah, Echo.
Yeah.
Echo, yeah, like that part was interesting when he mentioned like, I didn't kill them, I was sent here to kill them. I was like, oh hello. Saucy.
Yeah.
I was like,
The
so
sauce,
saucy.
man.
So cute.
Yeah.
So I was like, so yeah, so I guess in general, yeah, I think it is so far my favorite episode under that basis, and of course that last part. But I guess we'll talk about that with with everyone else
Yeah.
later. You guys go on.
Yeah, pretty much. All right,
Right.
Teguh, go ahead.
In Ariq's words, saucy. I
Mhm.
on the other hand, the part I disagree with Ariq is I'm still concerned about how they're gonna close it. I feel like they're still no, okay, no, I'm not concerned about how they're going to close it. I'm more concerned on what are they going to leave open? How much are they going to leave open? Like,
Okay.
because I have a feeling a lot of these things is gonna. I don't know. It feels like a lot of this is set up for like future series or future movies,
Mm.
or is it just me? And so like, I'm just wondering how much of it is just
I
gonna
mean,
be unresolved.
Okay.
they're gonna leave the stuff with Echo pretty much open because she's gonna have her own show, obviously.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think that's gonna be
Yeah.
unresolved. Maybe with Kazi as well and the tracksuit. I don't know how much open they're gonna leave that, but yeah.
I don't know. It's like every time we watch a Marvel series, I keep saying the same thing. Are they gonna close this off properly? There's like so much going on, but every time they do it satisfactorily.
Yeah.
So you know
So
what? I'm just gonna have faith and just hope that they do it. Because as long, even if they leave a lot of things like open ended, as long as they leave it satisfactory, I think I'll be fine.
mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
I like the twist at the end.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, before the saucy.
But like,
before
but
the
even
sauce.
before that,
Wait.
even before that.
Yeah.
Are you the twist? You mean what that Ronan revealed that he was hired, that he was tipped off by Kingpin,
Yeah, it wasn't hired. It was just tipped off.
and Kingpin is.
No, not really. The one.
Wait, which twist were you talking about?
I'm assuming if Alan
Yeah,
Nor being the
Eleanor.
villain.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Eleanor. And
Yeah.
about. Yeah, I'll save it for later when you guys talk about the big reveal. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, for me, yeah, pretty much you guys said it like, but I'm just gonna say, like, wasn't in the whole episode, like, yeah. I really like the scene when Yelena was like, I guess, in interrogation. Yeah, like Fat Love movie said, Yelena's interrogation gives me Hans Landa from Inglourious Basterds vibe. Yeah, that
Yeah,
whole
please.
scene, I don't know, I really liked
That's a
it
nice
with the
comparison,
whole.
yeah.
Yeah, I really like the whole yeah, when they're talking kind of thing. Like obviously, what's his name?
What's that?
Yelena is like she knows. She knows like what's the name? She's not gonna get harmed or anything, you know. So she's just like full on confident kind of thing. I don't know, it's just really cool. And yeah, I guess the Ronin fight scene, I guess, with Echo and stuff, you know, that was really cool as well. Yeah. So that's pretty much that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much that.
Yeah, I thought this episode was great. Again.
We were all just so laughing because of Naruto the Man. I like women who are hot and saucy, and Yelena likes her hot sauce. I think we are meant for each other.
What a line.
Wait, Oliver, before you discuss about yours, I wanted to say like I'm low-key, not low-key, high-key developing like a crush for Yelena because like I don't know, she's as you mentioned, okay, like she's like very funny and sarcastic, but at the same time she looks so like pretty and badass and shit. I like her character. And her with her hair down, wow. Gorgeous.
Damn. Okay.
I'm
Florence
simping
Pugh.
today.
Florence
Even without the pockets.
Florence
Ariq?
Pugh.
Oh,
Even
she
without
don't
the
need
pockets.
I'm a beer with you, Chief. She don't need pockets.
She have pockets in the beginning. She have pockets in the
yeah,
beginning.
that's true.
Ariq like I'm a
And
be her pocket.
I'll be
talking about the beginning. Talking about the beginning.
yeah.
I don't even know I'm trying.
Go on.
When Yelena was still doing her Black Widow stuff,
Yeah.
and trying to free Anna, who she thought was under mind control, was not. I like that we saw her getting blipped.
Yeah.
And we've never seen it in this way before because we've never seen someone getting blipped from
yeah.
their perspective and how the
Yeah.
time changed around her, and that was so cool. And that was one shot, by the way, which is really cool because they didn't cut away from anything. It was just like she disappears, she comes back, and the camera stays still. So I like that, and seeing everything, and she's confused, and like she doesn't even realize she got blipped, which is like cool because like. I don't think, if you think about it, like Monica Rambeau was sleeping when she got blipped, so she didn't realize. I don't think T'Challa realized it when he got blipped because he was trying to help Okoye and then he was like disappeared. Spider-Man realized it because Spider Sense. So like I like how different people experience it differently, or at least how the director showcase their
Shows it,
experience
yeah.
differently. Yeah.
Yeah, Samosan also said, yeah, that opening of the blip is cool to see from that perspective. Yeah. Like, yeah, honestly, at first I was kind of confused. Like, wait, why is the wallpaper changing? And I'm like, oh, the blip.
Yeah, you were like, did she got blip or that didn't happen? I was like, oh wait, it was just an instant 5 years
yeah.
Right away. She doesn't
Yeah,
even
right
realize
away.
it, which is really
Yeah.
cool.
That is insane, honestly. Yeah, seeing from that perspective. Yeah,
That
yeah,
perspective was interesting.
And-
Yeah, I like that.
And I like that Lorne Balfe's score from Black Widow keeps on appearing in the show whenever Yelena is there. Her music is always playing. So I like it.
Yeah.
And
Alright.
the interrogation scene is like Yelena got all the cards, man. She's just like messing with Kate the whole time. She knows
Yeah,
she
yeah.
wants to get to the point of asking, where is Clint, and get the fuck out of my way. But she's like messing with her, like, oh, I make really good mac and cheese. You should eat. My father said that you like that good food is good for you. You only have one. You only have one fork. Where is the cutlery? Which is honestly relatable because when I was in college, I only have one fork because I'm one people. So that's relatable.
You only have one fork?
I have
You only have
like,
one
Because
fork?
I'm only one person. Why do I need more
Uh,
than one?
I have
two.
like 2, and I have like 3 more
Yes, 2,
plastic.
wow.
I don't have it. I have more now, but I used to only have one because I don't need any more than one.
I have
Yeah.
2 forks and 3 spoons.
Why? Why do you have an extra spoon, Kelvin?
I brought 1 spoon because I brought my favorite spoon from
Oh.
Indonesia to here.
That-
I have a favorite
lots
spoon.
of- I have lots of memories going
Yeah, I get.
Anyway,
Anyway.
fun fact. Yelena's favorite food from Black Widow was mac and cheese because she mentioned when she was a child that is her favorite food. So
Yeah.
it's a nice callback.
Nice,
But
Mac
yeah,
and cheese is good.
that whole scene's interesting, and that does once again raise the question of where this in the timeline wise where this take place, because like, and this is not Calvin Teguh, this is not spoiler for No Way Home because we saw it in the trailer and we discussed about it, the Statue of Liberty.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because
Oh, yeah, and she did say the new
I want to see
Statue
the
of
new and
Liberty.
improved Statue of Liberty,
Huh.
which
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, she
on
did
the
say that.
trailer. On the trailer, there is still scaffolding. Like, why would you want to see the statue if it's still scaffolding? So, does it mean that this take place after No Way Home? So I don't know.
Yeah, what
That's-
it's
Unless-
I'm so confused.
Unless like you
Okay.
can already see it while it's still being constructed, and she just wanted to go see it.
I
Yeah.
want to see
Sure, I guess.
scaffold. Maybe she loves scaffoldings. I don't
She
know.
loves
Maybe
scaffolding.
it's like the
I mean,
scaffolding.
wait,
like,
correct me
parts of
if I'm wrong, but
it,
even
though.
in the trailer, you could still see parts of it, right? Like it wasn't.
Yeah.
fully
You can still
covered.
see
Yeah.
the shield.
You can see
and
parts
the
of it.
arm.
Yeah.
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 Alright.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I like that.
Alright.
But
So
I like that part about Yelena. But yeah, let's talk about the big reveal.
yeah, the big reveal, like Star Mission, eloquently put it, Kickman. But yeah.
Hey, man.
Yeah, and also Katie Lynn's I saw Albert's TikTok reaction video on the reveal. That was my exact reaction. That's the thing, right? What's his name? Me, Ariq and Teguh, we were watching it together, so we were kind of like, oh, together.
Yeah, no, we
and
were like-
Albert's, and we are hyping Albert up to watch it. Yeah, we're hyping Albert up to watch it, and then he doesn't want to be, what's his name? Left out.
I want
So
to show you guys.
he
my
reacted.
reaction.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
he,
so
he
that was-
reacted.
There was a mate only for you guys, but after I recorded, I'm like, you know what? I already did this. Might as well just post
Might
it,
as
you
well,
know, and see.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Honestly, I think everyone have the same reaction. You're like, oh, especially if you watch a Netflix their
Yeah,
series.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say my reaction is probably the weakest because I didn't see the Daredevil series.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
just
Fair
being
enough.
there with you two hyped as like really hyped me up as well. I was hyped because you two were hyped.
Hey man,
Hey, man.
Kickman is such a cool
Contagious.
villain in Daredevil. So
And like
Yep, that's
you guys have showed
He's
me like
back.
clips and everything, and he was really cool, right? And I am excited. I was like, apart from the Kingpin reveal, which is probably, since I don't know too much apart from that, he was cool from the clips that I've seen from you guys. Like I was hyped about that, but I was more hyped because because of the Eleanor being the villain reveal.
Yeah,
Um,
that
Oh, yeah.
also.
but yeah, since I'm probably the least hyped about that, I wanted to get that out of the way. So
The thing is, like, so the reveal of Kingpin, that means it opens up, and it's basically, I mean, like from the picture, I guess, yeah. Some Fatal movies did. Wait, is it Fatal movies? Oh wait, no. Naruto the Man said, was that really Dinafria though?
Yeah, no, we were
I mean,
skeptical as well at
It was. It
first.
we're
wasn't.
skeptical
His
at
name is. His name is
first.
on the credits. Name's
Oh,
on the
his name
credits.
is on the credits. So, oh, okay.
Yeah.
That pretty much confirms it.
confirmed.
Yeah.
Confirm. Dinafrio confirm. Fetla movies, you did great work at analyzing that laugh. Like few.
Yeah, I know, right? The second episode, no, third episode is like, yeah,
Yeah.
that laugh.
Yeah. So yeah, yeah, that if Dinafrio is coming, and that I think it's what's that name? We can easily say that Charlie Cox will come back, and probably, hopefully, Kristen Ritter and
Yeah.
what's the other guy name? Luke Cage.
No, not him.
Yeah, it
Not
does.
him.
It does still.
Not
It
him.
does still back the. It does still back the question though if it's gonna be like a soft reboot of just bringing the character back, but the character bringing the
Same
actor back,
cast.
but the character is different, or maybe like
Yeah.
they don't share the same, or if it's actually a continuation with the Netflix shows.
Yeah.
What do you guys think though?
Which-
Which one would you prefer in the chat as well? Which one would you prefer if they bring
What
it
I
over from the
prefer.
Netflix series, or they
Bring it over.
retcon it, make a new one? Which one do you think?
I like.
you
I
prefer?
like bringing it over, but someone did
Like
point it out.
continuing
Yeah,
the story? Okay.
because I think you guys agree, right?
Yeah, I agree.
I mean,
want
yeah,
to bring
the
it.
Netflix
Yeah.
series were
Because
cool. Yeah.
someone did point it out. Like that means it will make people. If it's continuing over, it will mean that it might make people curious to watch the Netflix shows, and that's a rival company, so rival streaming service. So they're like,
Ooh.
huh, I don't know if they'll do that. So
Oh,
yeah,
yeah. Actually, yeah.
No, that is true. That is true.
Oh, yeah, marketing least the business than marketing speaking wise, yeah, it's not
It's not
really
good.
the right one. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. That's pretty much it. I'm just really happy to see him back.
I love that throughout the series, even though we had so many speculations. We know Yelena is gonna come in episode 4. We had a strong feeling it was Kingpin. But if
Yeah.
someone
Yeah,
doesn't know, the amount of subtle hints that they did throughout the whole show of it's Kingpin is really, really good. Like obviously the
Yeah, that's true.
uncle and the footsteps. If you realize throughout the whole show, everything that they done, the undercover stuff, it's always related to like fat man car parts or whatever, old used cars, which was the set Ronin and Echo fight in the fat man used car slot. And that's like
Yeah.
Fat Man is literally like hinting at Kingpin because like a big dude.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
They use
This
the
is too
sign
subtle for
Fat
me.
Man is all
Yeah.
over the show. It's all
Huh,
over the
okay.
show.
That's
That
too
is so
subtle.
And
yeah.
it's
subtle.
like,
This is too subtle for me. I didn't notice
and
it.
Very
I love that they're like just planting seeds for that and everything.
And to
Yeah.
be honest, I don't actually think Kingpin is fat. You know, he's an absolute unit.
He's more of a strong
okay,
man
but-
kind of
Yeah,
type.
he's a
right?
strong
That's
man.
true, but if someone
He's an absolute
passed by
unit.
him on the street, you wouldn't think he's a strong dude. You just think he's a big dude.
Yeah,
I
that's
say
true.
big, yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Plus, it's his undercover
Yeah.
name. He's not gonna name his company like Muscle Man.
Yeah.
Muscle Man.
Muscle Man.
Muscle
Why
Man.
not? Wait, why not? That's not such a bad name than Fat Man. Muscle Man.
Muscle Man.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Talking about the fight between Ronin and Echo, which is cool. Afterwards, he revealed obviously like that Kingpin tipped him off, which definitely makes Echo doubt herself, right? Well, not doubt herself, doubt the loyalties.
Doubt
Which is
the-
interesting
doubt
to
the
see
team,
how
I
it-
guess,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like how it will pay off in the next episode. And also, Kazi is clearly hiding something from her, right?
Definitely,
conversation.
definitely. Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely.
He definitely knows that
Something.
Kingpin was the one who tipped off Ronin.
Yeah.
No,
Did
was
you
he?
guys
I
think
mean,
that
was
way?
he not the agent that tipped off Ronin?
I thought that's how it worked. I thought Kingpin
Oh,
told
Yeah, because
Kazi and
yeah,
Kazi
because
told Hawkeye.
Clint said that he was tipped off by an agent working for Kingpin.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
It's not straight from Kingpin. It's from an agent working for Kingpin.
Yeah,
right?
Kingpin
And,
told Kazi, Kazi told Hawkeye, Hawkeye killed everyone.
Killed
everyone
everyone
else.
else.
That's
Yeah.
why
Yeah,
she said,
that's-
like, why weren't you not at the meeting? You're like the
Yeah.
second
Yeah,
in
yeah.
command, and he's just like,
Oh no.
Didn't get the call.
Oh, the
Yeah.
trust is broken.
The trust is
Yeah.
broken.
We
Yeah.
might see this. We might see
Yeah,
this.
some
I don't
also
know.
said I want to see Echo fight Kazi. So, yeah. Is Kazi in the comics? He is known as what, the Clown or something, right? I think the known
He
alias.
is pretty.
Yeah.
He's pretty. He doesn't have that much of a screen time. Well, not screen time, paper time on the.
Paper time.
but
yeah.
but the
Panel
but the
time.
amount
Panel
of
time.
the
Panel
the amount of panel time he is pretty ruthless. So and he hasn't been ruthless at all in the show. So
Yeah.
interested to
May-
see.
Maybe
how-
he's just
how
hiding
fit-
it. You know. I mean,
Yeah.
he's hiding that. Maybe
Or-
he can hide something more.
Yeah, but I don't know. This is the same studio that did the Ralph Boner joke. So who knows? At this point.
That is true. Yeah.
Talking about like stuff that doesn't pay off. What you think of the Jack being arrested?
Jack being arrested? Oh, I guess it was just a cover.
Do you,
I don't know.
do you
I'm just
think
okay.
do you think we're gonna see some sort of payoff with him in the final episode?
I don't know. That was
Well-
one of the things that I was thinking about. Like, is that gonna be tied up like that loose end? Because yeah. So like, has Jack been the good guy this whole time? Like, because then now I'm inclined to believe Eleanor set up Sloan Limited and just used Jack's name.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah, and then-
that's what I'm thinking as well. Right now.
Yeah, and then now that like basically the cat's out of the bag, right? She has to basically sacrifice Jack or something, like use him as a scapegoat.
Yeah.
Right. That's interesting if they do that again, because like we know his backstory in the comics is like some cool character. If they just throw him away like that, that's gonna be an interesting choice for.
Yeah,
the
but
show.
I feel like I don't know. I think because I don't think they're just gonna like let him go like that. Because again, yeah, there's that, and then we saw in the movie like he has like fighting skills and all of that. I think it's just a waste if they just
Like throw it out kind of
bye
thing.
bye.
Yeah.
Mm.
Is
Yeah.
his character like you know, a hero or villain kind of thing?
Unless they pull a plot twist on us.
anti-villain, sort of. Well, he is Clint Barton's mentor in the comics,
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah.
but then he tried to sign up for the Avengers and he got rejected because he have no skill. He's just a sword fighter, and then he got so pissed off he tried to kill the Avengers. So it's like his relationship with the heroes are not very good, but it's pretty much a villain.
Oh, he's actually just called Swordsman in the comic.
Yeah, that's his
Damn.
character is just.
Yeah, no.
Although the way, maybe this is just his personality, but the way how Jack was acting when he was arrested feels very fake, like as if like, oh yeah, this is part of the plan, I'm gonna escape soon, oh hey, what a coincidence, Kate Bishop come in the exact same time I'm getting arrested.
Like
this
you
is going
said.
according to plan. I don't know.
Like you said, meanwhile in prison, Jack's still waiting for Saul to bail him. Better
God
call
damn.
Saul back.
Better call Saul.
It's all connected, baby. But yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's.
that-
I mean,
that
like,
is- that
or
is
more,
understandable.
or more. He's more to like, he's not concerned that he's being caught or something because he know he has a lot of money and he know he hasn't done.
Maybe.
Or
he-
that, or they do an even bigger plot twist, and it turns out like while Echo and Kazi have the trust issues, it turned out the agent wasn't Kazi; it was him all along.
Alright, alright,
Yeah.
alright.
Yeah,
But
there
yeah,
are definitely some loose ends that they need to tie up in the last episode. Obviously, the Yelena arc with Kazi and everything. We still don't have a concrete answer about the Rolex.
That's
Oh
true.
right, the
I think it
Rolex.
should.
I
think the
wonder. I
Rolex
wonder if
should
that's gonna be.
concluded next episode.
I hope
Yeah.
so.
Right.
It's
I
been, it's
hope
been
so. I
integ-
don't know.
I mean, it's
I
been
don't know if
important.
it will.
Yeah.
Because like they're not giving any indication so far at all of what it is. We had speculation it might belong to
The wife.
Laura, but like
Yeah.
there's still no concrete answer to that. I don't know what the situation is. I'm assuming and speculating to next episode. I'm assuming maybe Yelena is gonna switch sides, and then we might see the two Hawkeyes and Yelena teaming up. I don't know. We know that it's gonna take place in the during the Bishop corporate party or whatever, the Christmas party that's gonna take place there. So yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Let's go to the chat for a bit. Fatlaf, what we say? Did you guys notice his silhouette at the credits? No,
Yeah, I
we
love
did
that.
not, because Teguh
I
skipped
did.
trying to find end credit scenes.
I did.
No, like, cause like we saw the scene with Kingpin, and then Kelvin and I were like, roll it back, we need to see this shit again. And I was like, okay, let me just skip ahead, to check for end credits. And it's like skip. Okay,
Always
no
stay
end
for the
credits.
credits.
Roll it back to Kingpin scene and just pause it there. And when we finished talking about it, just closed it.
We did not, but Albert saw
Oh.
it.
Albert saw it, and then
I-
Ariq and I
I
saw
turned
it.
off my camera already though, because I wasn't thinking there's anything else, but I still watched throughout. But I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. I was like,
I still haven't seen it. I still haven't seen it.
It's just
Yeah.
an
It's like-
artwork
it's
of
like-
him
it's
and
like
his big
him-
shoulders.
It's like him watching over everything, which is like he's like been overseeing everything, which is he's been doing throughout this whole show, which is so cool.
Yeah. That's cool. All right. Yeah. And then what else is there? Katie Lynn said, Albert, do you realize both Hawkeye and Dickinson ends next week? I'm not ready.
I'm not ready either. I'm not ready either, Katie. Both of the shows. I just realized that like yesterday when I was watching episode 9 of Dickinson. I'm like, shit, episode 10 and Hawkeye episode 6 is happening at the same time. Okay.
Yeah. And then Sato Movie says, I'm so sad that this series is over. But next week, I mean, yeah.
Next week.
Yeah. I mean, it's been quite fun, yeah. And then okay, let's get to the predictions, I guess. Never the man asks, who do you think will die next episode? And also someone else asks, what are your final episode predictions? Let's combine those two. So,
Will die.
and also Lucky still haven't gotten his name yet.
He'll
Someone
die.
else said.
Oh no. That's just
No,
Also,
bad.
there's this other comments earlier. I think you missed.
Oh yeah, I
So
missed it.
Yelena
Yeah,
is
sorry.
working for Val, who is, you remember her from End of Black Widow,
yeah.
Falcon Winter Soldier, and Val's working for Eleanor, and who's partnered with Fist. I think that's a case, right?
Should be, I think.
Wait, where did it say Val was working for Eleanor? Yeah, I
Because
think I'm
Val
not
was
sure
the one
I
who
missed
tipped
that
off
part.
Yelena.
Oh right.
Remember?
Yeah, I know that, but
Yeah.
she got that information from.
To be fair, if I remember correctly, Val never said you go kill him. It's more of like this is the man who
She told
killed
her,
your sister.
yeah.
Who killed your sister? It's
But
just
like she never gave the
So-
kill order, right?
she didn't give an
It's
order.
she
no.
only encouraged the act of killing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it could be, but not necessarily. I don't know. It's like
Like it would
Possible
make
either way.
sense. It would make sense if, again, since Eleanor is doing the hiring, it would make sense if Eleanor give the tip to Val, so Val is one who triggered Yelena.
yeah. So I don't know if Val is working directly underneath Eleanor, but that she might be like just an accomplice or like yeah. Or it could be the person
Yeah.
that Eleanor called earlier.
Oh, that's true.
Ooh,
Yeah, I don't
Alright,
think we're
yeah.
gonna see Val in the show. I don't think we
I
will.
don't think so. Yeah.
But yeah, that should be real interesting. But anyway, let's go to the predictions.
Yeah. Final episode predictions, and who do you think anyone will die next episode?
Okay. No, I don't know.
They'll be so
That's-
sad. Oh my
They'll
god.
be so sad
I'm
if Hawkeye
gonna cry.
died. They'll be so sad, honestly, if Clint Barton died and he didn't.
I know,
he
that's
didn't
why
reach
I
his-
wanted. I want feelings.
That's
Death
not happy sad, Ariq. That's
I
just
don't
sad.
wanna feel.
Death creates characters. Like Kate Bishop will be more, I don't know,
Sad.
pumped up or something. Sad, but
Sad.
also like you know. But it builds character, you know. Death builds character. Maybe.
Alright.
Like, I don't know who's gonna die. I'm still thinking.
Okay. Here,
I-
an episode prediction. Do you think Kingpin will
Show himself.
Do you think?
We get to see him.
We'll get to see like his full body like appearing. Do you think that will
Yeah.
happen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I think so as well.
Not sure if it's I
Teguh?
think so or I want so. I think it's I want so.
Well, I want so.
I'm not sure.
Maybe like
I'm-
at the very end. It wouldn't.
I'm
be
gonna
the-
say at the very end, and they're gonna leave us
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of cliffhanger,
Yeah, more of a cliffhanger.
which I don't
yeah.
want them to do, but I feel like that's how they're gonna do it.
Yeah. Because there's no way they're going to reach Hawkeye. They're going to reach Kingpin in the last episode. Yeah. No, there's no way that's gonna happen.
Right.
But
I
yeah.
don't know.
I think but we think that he's going to appear at least. Yeah. At the
Mhm.
very end, probably or something.
Yeah.
Uh
If I were to
What?
guess who's gonna die, I still don't know what the situation with Kazi. Maybe he might die. Maybe he won't. I don't know. Maybe Eleanor could get killed. I don't know by who.
I don't think
But
anyone
that's a
will die.
possible.
Plausible.
But maybe
Oh.
yeah, maybe no, maybe no one dies.
My prediction is that no one will die. That's my prediction.
One of
Yeah.
the tracksuit mafias die.
Oh no.
Well, I think a
no.
lot of them. I think
Also,
I think a lot of them died
I like
already.
that. I like that they talk about popular tracksuit in fiction and they mention the Royal Tenenbaums and like Soprano.
Oh, yeah,
I love
yeah.
that they have a small scene about this.
If only one of them say Konosuba.
What? They're not weebs.
I don't think they know that.
They're not weebs, Kelvin. They're Russians or whatever they're from.
Konosubro.
No, bro. Yeah, actually, I think it's most likely no one will die. I don't know why. It
I
just
don't think
doesn't
anyone
seem
will die.
like it.
Probably.
Yeah.
We'll see.
They're either too important or not important enough to die, in my opinion.
Don't we still have
You know
the
what I mean?
loophole with what's his name? The old man that died to the sword stab in the back.
Oh, him,
What?
the
Echo's
Armani,
dad.
Armand.
No,
Oh,
no,
Armand.
no, Armand, yeah.
Armand Duquesne.
Armand.
Oh yeah, we haven't talked about it. Yeah, I guess
They
it
haven't
should
cleared
be.
that up. Yeah,
It might be
I keep
explored
thinking
next
it's Jack,
episode.
but it's not Jack.
We will.
What is
I
it?
No,
think we will
I
touch
feel
on
like
that.
the ending must. I think it will revolve around Hawkeye.
What
Something
if
to do with the Rolex. I think. That's what I'm thinking.
here's a wild idea. I don't know why, but this is like persistent in my head. But what if again Eleanor dies, like Albert said, but the one that kills her is wasn't him Jack?
Mhm.
So Jack is still evil all along.
That or
Yeah,
he's
but
like I
I'm
don't
good
bloody
now.
know, like either working for the Kingpin and Kingpin. Because I'm assuming, right, if
It's gonna be
Armand,
double cross.
yeah, I'm
Uh,
assuming Armand died, but he was also in ties with Eleanor, which means he was probably had relations to the Kingpin. So he died, right? So what if like Jack or is like a vigilante or something, or maybe he's just like double crossing for the Kingpin, or I don't bloody know.
I can see that.
I can kind of see it. Yeah, I
There's
can
so
see that
much.
happening.
The promising thing is I heard rumors that next episode of Hawkeye is gonna be the longest of any of the Disney Plus episodes. So if that's true, that's promising because
Okay.
we need to wrap up a lot of stuff. What I am kind of worried, and I guess I shouldn't be worried, but it's just because the directors of episode 3, 4, and 5, Bird and Birdie, has been nailing it out of the park. I love everything
Yep.
they've done in episode 3, 4, and 5. Episode 6, we're going back to the director of episode 1 and 2. Thomas Myers? Reese
Yeah.
Myers? I forgot his name. But he's directing episode 1 and 2, which was good, but I don't think it was as good as episode 3, 4, and 5. So I'm like a little bit skeptical, and even though he's the overall showrunner. So like, yeah, but I guess we'll see.
All right.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess I don't. Do you guys have
any final
any other
thoughts? Any
thoughts?
final predictions?
Yeah.
No. I'm looking forward for
I
them
don't
to get
think
the
I have
suit. That's true.
Oh yeah,
They're
right.
gonna-
The
they
suits,
tease
right?
a
The
suit. It's like,
LARPers.
oh yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah, they tease
So
about
mention
it.
of it.
Yeah,
Can't
yeah.
wait to see the costume. Yeah. I can't wait to
LARPers
see
made
it.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I don't think we have
Oh,
any other.
I have
Oh, okay.
last thing
All
to
of
touch.
us?
I like that there is a NYC memorial of like this is the place where the Avengers fought. for the
Oh
first
yeah,
time.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, that
Where they
was very
first
cool.
assembled,
like-
yeah.
Yeah. That was
And
really cool.
I like how sweet it is because Barton took off his hearing aids because he just wanna be able
Have a
to
moment
sync on
with
his thoughts.
himself.
Yeah, I like that. That was sweet. Also, I know we've talked about it, but Jeremy Renner is really good in the show. I think this is one of the best that I've ever seen him actually perform.
Man, this
He's
is really
really
the
freaking
first
good.
time as a
Yeah, I mean,
as
yeah, to be
Hawkeye
fair,
when
yeah,
he
to
got
be
the
fair, this is like really
spotlight.
the first
Right.
time that he's given much opportunity to shine, right?
Yeah.
As a character,
I feel
yeah.
like- yeah, as a character. So yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
And like one last thing, I like the shot after they return from the car lot and they got onto the Uber, which is really funny. and there was a moment where they're walking in the sunset, and then Barton gives the arrow to Kate, which I believe was the arrow that Kate used to shot on Echo's sword. It's sort of like an indication of like, okay, their partnership is back together, because they sort of like break ties a little bit at the end of episode 4, and this is like, okay, yeah, you're partner again. I like that. And there was also a set photo that leak, and I really love that photo, so I like that. This is like, I actually see it here. So yeah.
All right. So I think that's pretty much it, right, for the Hawkeye episode 5 spoiler discussion. So yeah. All right. So now let's move on to the final part of the show, which Teguh and I will not be joining because again, Japan is weird. And I guess
look at my
well.
look at my tickets. Spider-Man, no way, ho!
No way home.
No way, ho!
No way home.
Okay, go
But yeah, Teguh and I will not be joining because again, we haven't watched it because we can't. So yeah. All right, so I guess go. So yeah, right now it's just me and Teguh is going to leave.
We're gonna start with the non-spoiler review, obviously. So, but you guys are gonna leave anyway, right?
I'm gonna leave anyway. But I'm not. I'm not gonna. Yeah. All right.
And
so
I'm not coming back until
Yeah.
next week.
All right.
Go away.
You can plug now then.
Oh, plug now then.
Well,
If you're not coming back.
but I don't want to. Fine.
Oh, fine.
We'll plug for you. Go away.
Yay! All right.
Okay.
All right, but yeah.
You can't
All
find
right,
the anywhere.
Don't
Alright,
find
so
me,
yeah.
please.
So yeah, you got Albert and Ariq will do the Spider-Man No Way Home review. They're going to do non-spoiler first, then spoiler discussion. So yeah.
Yes.
With that, Teguh is gone.
Half the council is spoken.
Half
Half
of the council
has
has
spoken.
spoken.
Teguh's getting blipped.
Oh yeah. Alright.
You also go.
Blip yourself, Kelvin.
There you go. Yay! All right. This is like
All right.
Game of Thrones kind of stuff
We should
again.
probably. I don't know if he can hear us backstage. We should probably ask him if he's coming back or not, because I forgot if he's coming back. Kelvin, thumbs up, thumbs down if you're coming back or not. Thumbs up if you're coming back. Thumbs down if you're not coming back. Okay, he's coming back. Okay,
he's
we'll
coming back.
text you.
Okay.
We'll text you on
Right,
Discord.
mute.
Mhm.
Or not, I don't know. All right.
Or we can just
You
leave
can
the
start?
studio and we'll text him anyway. All right. Anyway,
Okay.
let's start with Spider-Man No Way Home. We're gonna start with the non-spoiler review, non-spoiler thoughts, and then we will go to the spoiler discussion. So, Ariq, you wanna start?
All right. I will say I guess I think I haven't given my score for. Technically, we give it at the end, but you said off stream. You said like it's a 9.5 for you. I think I'd give it more of a. The 9. I don't know for sure if it's a 9 or a 9.5 because it is really good. So in general, movies like just really good. I mean, I'll admit there was a lot of things happening at once. We'll get onto that later. But for some reason they did make it like concise and easy to easy to understand. So I did like that, and story's really good. There's a lot of emotions. And I do like just I guess the characters in general, and there's also a lot of I'm not sure if it's subtle hints. To me, they were subtle. I'm not very good at paying attention to everything, but there's like a lot of like subtle hints and references here and there. So I did like that. But to be honest, I'm not so sure if this movie is like a 9.5 because it has a lot of fan service, or it's a nostalgia factor, or is it actually that good on its own? So I'm not so sure about that. So I gotta say for the.
That's fair.
That's all I gotta say for the non-spoiler.
I think that's one of the reasons why I want to rewatch it so soon, because I really love the movie the first time I watch it, and I do want to see if it's again just the experience or if it's something else. But there's definitely a rewatchability factor to this film.
Yep,
I think you can agree with that. And what I love about this film is that it's so much more. It has much more depth and much darker than the previous home films.
Oh yeah,
from
that was
Spider-Man.
darker. Yeah.
So I appreciate that, and this also feels the most. This feels the most Spider-Man in a way, and I know that I that I don't know if that makes sense, but it makes sense to me saying because Spider-Man have like there is something that makes this film about more Spider-Man. It's like him being put in the deep on his own, having to deal with the consequences. And I don't think we really experienced that in the previous film, but they really put him in the hole in this one. Like they're not holding back on the consequences of great power comes with responsibility. That whole idea, it's like literally all in this film. And Tom Holland is really fucking good in this movie. This is the most that he's ever been put, and the relationship between him and MJ is really great. I think that relationship is the heart and soul of the film, because it's what they did between those two characters are really great. I think the villains, and when by non-spoiler we're gonna talk about the things that we've seen in the trailer. I think the villains that we already saw. I think they did a really good job with it because handling a lot of villains might be difficult, but each of the villains sort of have a reason to be there. I thought Electro was definitely much improved. We talk about Miss Spider-Man in the opening of this episode. I think Electro was much better here in the limited screen time that he is.
Yep.
Doc Ock is great. Willem Dafoe's Goblin, I think, at least for me, I know you like Electro more, but for me, Willem Dafoe's is the star of the show for the villains.
I mean, no, I agree. He's the star of the show. I just, like in terms of, how on screen, I just think Electro's cooler. That's about it. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. I think as a whole, I think this film handles stuff really well with Doctor Strange as well, with the villains, with all the other characters that we'll touch into in the spoiler discussion in a bit. But they balance it pretty well. Again, the depth, I really appreciate it. And I think this is probably the best John Watts has done in the MCU, in my opinion. At least it's just my favorite. This is my favorite of the Spider-Man trilogy so far.
Wait, what other works has he done? Does he only do Spider-Man? All the Spider-Man
he does
MCUs?
He does the MCU Spider-Man, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess in that case, that is his best. This is his best work thus far. So are we ready to jump into the full-on spoiler, or
let's go to the full-on spoiler, and if there is comments, we'll touch at it in the end of the spoiler discussion. So just to make our conversation flow more smoothly. But let's jump. Let's jump to the spoiler. This is the spoiler warning.
This is the biggest part. Let's go. Wait, where's the spoiler? Yeah, there you go.
It's the spoiler
alert.
All right,
spoiler,
Ariq,
please.
Are you ready? Do you need me to crack your back? Do you need me to crack your back real quick before we jump in?
Okay. Yeah, there's quite a lot of things, but I think I'm getting. Yeah, I think I got what I need to say at first. Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Go ahead.
All right. So to start off, I think we were a bit thrown off here, or sort of, I guess. I remembered when No Way Home, well, not No Way Home, when Spider-Man 3 was like announced. We don't have a title for it yet. It's just, Spider-Man 3, it's coming. Like we were like speculating a lot, saying like, oh, what will happen in this movie? I think we're gonna touch on the part where like Peter Parker is like trying to, prove himself that he's not, the killer, and we're gonna use like scrolls to do it and stuff like that and all that kind of stuff. Because in the end of Spider-Man No Way Home, no, Far From Home, like it was revealed that Nick Fury wasn't even there. That was actually just the scrolls. Like, but then technically, like we thought that was like the main premise of the movie, but it turns out, that's like literally, it's not even the first act. It's more like just the introduction, more or less. Because like they resolved that part pretty easily. I wouldn't say I was disappointed in it, but
that was a great opening scene too. There was a great opening scene too, because you directly set up of like continuing what happens and then Peter Parker on the run, literally, and they did that really well. And how people hate him. There was a mob against him, and like the whole sequence in the apartment, and they find out everything. That was insane, and I thought that was pretty well done throughout that whole thing.
Yeah. Actually, what I like about that is it's not just people hate him. There was, it's a bit more realistic. There were indifferences. Some people hate him. Some people still support him. So it's a bit, real world kind of deal. If this thing were to happen to someone, there's always two sides, So I like that. It's more immersive. And of course, the reason why I don't entirely hate the resolvement of his, like, crimes and whatever, is because they got someone special to deal with it.
Who is it?
Who is this man? Oh, it's none other than Matt Murdock. They
That was
actually
so
have,
cool to see.
yeah,
That was so
and it's
good
the
to see
same
him there.
Charlie Cox as well. I just want to say, dude, I feel so bad for Kelvin and Teguh because they were like, oh, when are we gonna get to see what is it, Daredevil? When is he gonna appear? I bet he's gonna appear in what's it, She-Hulk in 2022. I was just like,
Yeah.
I was just like, don't say anything because I know
Yeah.
for a fact he appeared there. Yeah, so so
Yeah.
yeah, no, the theater were gasping. They were like, it's the meme that they were like that. And I was like,
I think
oh shit.
half my theater knew who he was,
It's,
half the other doesn't know. But then they sort
yeah,
of
no,
like,
you
wait, who's
mentioned
that?
that,
And then the
yeah.
people saying it were, oh, that's the guy from Daredevil.
Yeah,
But yeah,
you mentioned that, yeah. It's like some people are like, wait, who that? 'Cause they didn't watch the series. Oh yeah, and I just like the fact that like, oh look, we get to see Matt Murdock. That's one thing. Like, oh, that's pretty cool. He resolved all the issues and stuff. And then suddenly a guy who's like, I hate you, Spider-Man. Just catches a brick
how did you do
mid-air.
that? I'm a pretty good
Like,
lawyer.
I'm a pretty good lawyer. Oh, that is. Oh, I was like, that is badass. Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah,
That is
I
definitely
love it.
Daredevil with that reflex. It's not even Spider-Man sensed that, but
And
he
he's
did.
only there in one scene. I love that it doesn't overshadow anything, but it's just
I
such
know,
a
right?
great
Yeah.
setup to the universe. It's so good. Um,
Because people who didn't
and yeah,
watch the series
that's
obviously aren't like, oh, look, it's someone's important. They're just like, who's that? They would know.
and the insane
Oh.
part is that's barely the first act of the film.
Yeah, I know.
Because
That's why.
I think the first act ends when the spell got fucked up.
Oh yeah,
So that's like
yeah. When people are
that's-
starting to come in.
and like that's the whole thing where the villain all comes in, and I think they did that so well with the explanation of everything, and like the villains are like confused as well of why they're there, which is really cool. Um, and like when we first saw them in the highway fight, which I think is a really cool fight with the highway
Yeah.
with Doc Ock and then
Talk up.
Goblin eventually. And I love I like I both sort of dislike and like at the same time how easy he defeat Doc Ock because of the nanotech. Because it's like they make it so simple solution.
Yeah, to be honest, yeah. But then again, like, I guess they didn't have enough runtime for like a proper, fight sequence where he defeats
It's
Doc
smart.
Ock or the
It's
other way.
smart
But it is a
writing. I
smart
tell you,
way.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Because you have the technology. Why not? But yeah, but yeah,
Yeah.
I like how all the villains have, again, I mean, mentioned in non-spoiler, all the villains have their own sort of motivation. Um, like, well, I'm not really sure what the lizard wants. He's like the weakest part of the villains, in my opinion.
Yeah. He
But
was
like
just kind of there.
Electro wants the power, which is pretty much
Yeah,
the
he
same
wants.
character from the Amazing Spider-Man 2, but he loves the arc reactor. He got absorbed to it, so that makes sense with him. Goblin was really good. He have like the switch between Willem Dafoe switch between Norman Osborn and innocent and like a scientist.
Yeah,
And like
Norman
I love
and Goblin. Yeah.
yeah, and then like whenever he turns a goblin with the smile, the crooked face is like so good, and like the
Yeah.
menace,
Just
the
it's a
mania of
creepy
that
smile.
character is that is such a good performance with him. And like Doc Ock and like him not trusting anyone, because like he's trying to figure out what's wrong with him too. But yeah, all the villains are really fleshed out, and again, like talking about fan service, I love the subtle jabs of like, oh, I'm somewhat of a scientist myself,
Oh,
and like
somewhat. The memes made here. Sorry, just a bit. Bring it up.
yeah,
Bob.
the
Yeah,
power of
the memes
the
made it,
power
and
of the
I'm so happy.
sun,
Yeah,
the
it did.
power of the
Yeah,
sun in the palm of my hands of the Doc Ock
yeah.
at the with and holding the arc reactor callback to Spider-Man 2. So I love the callbacks and everything.
Yeah. So yeah, I do think the villains were written well for the most part. Sadly, Lizard wasn't, as you said, wasn't the most fleshed out. But I think I actually did want to mention about Peter himself first. Yeah, I think we've mentioned this off stream. That we never get to really see the Spidey senses actually happening. But now in this one, I guess
But they do it so well.
yeah, they do it so well because like, especially in like the apartment scene, like when Goblin was like he was trying to deceive them, trying to do his own thing. So he was like sensing and everything was like what do you call it? Faded out. It's like, Peter, are you okay? What's
Mhm.
happening? And it suddenly just like stopped him on time. So I like that. This like it's not just like Spidey senses, but there's also like a sense of character to it for him, in a way. So yeah, I like
Yeah,
that.
let's talk about Aunt May's death because that's a big moment in the theater.
That
That's
was
a big
tragic.
moment of
Yeah.
that's a big turning point. I think that's the end of. I would say that's probably the end of the second act because that's when after that we follow the beginning of the third act is when the 3 Spider-Man is there, which is awesome and we'll touch too.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
that was I sort of knew someone was gonna die. I was not really expecting Aunt May, but I was worried as soon as the spider
You
sense
predicted
picked up.
Happy, right? Didn't you, or was it
I
someone
thought
else? I
Happy
can't
was gonna
remember.
die.
Right.
I thought
Yeah.
Happy was gonna die because they're sort of setting him up as Uncle Ben, especially in the beginning of the film as well. Sort of like his Uncle Ben character in a way. But like
Right.
when as soon as the spider sense kicked in the apartment, like you said, and Aunt May was the only normal human there,
So, yeah.
I had a bad feeling about it. My own spider sense picked up. I was like, oh, this is not gonna end well. And they killed her
Yeah.
off with Goblin. And that was a sad part in the theater. And like the way how and she delivers the with great power comes great
Yeah.
responsibility.
I remembered in the
Which
theater, like when she said that, everyone kind of like gasped because like, oh, she said the line, and it's like, oh wait, that was actually like properly timed and well delivered, because that's how that's what Uncle Ben said in the Tobey
before he
Maguire
dies
one
too. Yeah.
before he dies as well, right? Yeah, so I was like, oh damn, I
Horrorless.
wasn't
Yeah.
entirely surprised, I should say, when Aunt May died because I was the one who said like, oh, I think she's gonna die, but but I like how they made her. That's kind of sexy. I like how they made her die. I mean, how she died. It's like
Because
it's very
she was hiding
characterful.
it too. It wasn't
Yeah.
you can clearly tell she got hit by the glider.
Yeah. You could tell.
But
Yeah.
it wasn't like directly stabbed into the death. It's like she was hiding it. So we were dreading as an audience member, we were dreading moment like, oh no, is she actually okay? Because she was weak, definitely. And they were
Yeah.
both weak at that moment. And Goblin directly flew away. But and as soon as you realize that there was blood in Peter's hands and Peter sort of realized it, at the same time we realize it, I'm like, no, they're gonna kill off Aunt May. And that just like,
Yeah. Because like because after she got hit, she did got up and we're like, oh, she seems fine. I guess a bit hurt, but then when she's actually gonna die on there. Oh, that was tragic, and that was also like a turning point for Peter. You can see like he not only was he like saddened, he was also like angered by the
the
fact. Like, I guess
rage.
similar, yeah, the rage. Basically, like all the other Spider-Mans got it right because Tobey Maguire he went
Yeah.
directly after the killer. How about
He
Andrew?
mentioned
I'm
it
not
in the
sure about
film too.
Andrew. Oh
Yeah, they
yeah,
mentioned
that's
it in the
true.
film
Yeah.
too how like again, as soon as Toby and Andrew comes in, and the rooftop scene is one of my favorite scenes. And
Yeah.
they mention how they don't want him to be bitter about it because like Andrew Garfield mentioned how he becomes bitter after Gwen's death, and Toby
Yep.
after Ben's death, he directly seek the his killer, but it doesn't make him feel any better. So they don't want
Yeah.
him to do that, which is why when they at the end of the fight against Goblin, when he's beating the shit out of Goblin at the Liberty, they stopped him.
Yeah.
So it's sort of
Yeah.
like trying to prevent
Because
him
they're like
from being
mature
the.
Peters that know exactly what happens. When they try to do this, they don't
They
want
don't
him
want
to.
Peter to go through it. They want this Peter to be the best version of Peter Parker, possibly.
Yeah. I like that. That's
So
like the
I love
sense
that.
of
Yeah.
seniority of them. But I guess let's trace back a little bit. Let's actually go
Mhm.
to the actual reveal of the other Spider-Mans. Because to be
That
honest,
was
I
exciting.
wasn't thinking straight. Because the first time they did it, it was like when Ned, for some reason, I don't know how, he just suddenly knows how to open a portal. Like, yeah, we saw
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man in the alleyway. It's just like, Peter, come here. And they ran. I was like, wait, is that Andrew Garfield? Because I don't remember what his suit looks like, to be honest
Yeah.
with you. But then, yeah, when he jumped out, revealed, I was like, the whole theater cheered for me at least. I don't know about you guys. I don't know about your theater.
Oh
What
yeah.
happened there?
Oh yeah. The theater.
Cheered.
As soon as they're like, "Hey Peter, Peter," and then the theater, I think half of my theater know what's going on. The other half is still confused. So there was a slow rise to the cheer. I knew exactly what's
Uh,
going on after I saw the eyes because Andrew Garfield, especially after the rewatch, I sort of know the
yeah.
costume. Andrew Garfield's eyes is just so big in the costume, so it's like that's Andrew Garfield. Let's fucking go. Let's go. So yeah, it's insane.
And I love that. That reveal was surprising. But
And then they
Tobey
did the same again
Maguire's
for
one is
Toby.
yeah, but the Toby one isn't as well. I guess it's because everyone has already cheered. They know they've expected him to come along. But I like that how he appeared. It's not as Spider-Man. He just kind of like, oh, I just went through this portal and it
I hope
closed.
that's okay. I
Uh,
love that so much though, because that's so much a character. And think about this: everyone's
yeah.
criticism of the original, those two casting is like, Tobey Maguire is perfect Peter Parker. He's okay as Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield
Mm,
is the perfect Spider-Man. He's okay as Peter Parker. And in this
mm.
film, the first time we see Andrew Garfield is as Spider-Man. The first time we see Tobey Maguire is as Peter Parker. And I love that.
Oh yeah, that's true actually. Yeah, because he did came in
Right?
as
Someone
Peter,
pointed.
not
I didn't
as
thought of that initially
Spider-Man.
too. But a friend of mine pointed out. I'm like, that is so true. I love that they did that. And like they even mentioned like, oh, so, that he's hiding the suit inside the whole time. And I love
Mm,
the subtle gem of like, so do you have a
mm.
costume inside there, or are you just gonna go into battle as a cool youth pastor? I'm like, what the
Yeah, so
fuck?
youth pastor. Yeah, I was like, and he's just like that.
Uh,
The thing is, like, when he did this, just like reveals the outfit. The theater also cheered.
I
They're like,
love that.
whoa, because they saw that he is actually still
Yeah.
Spider-Man. Oh, yeah,
No,
but then I should
he's
mention,
not branding himself as Spider-Man. He's gonna be as a
yeah,
normal guy, of course. Yeah, but yeah,
yeah, because
I
it's
love that
yeah,
one. I love the reveal of it.
actually, yeah, there. I do want to talk about the interactions between the three Spider-Mans after the rooftop scene, especially. Well, I mean, that's we've already covered that. That's like the most powerful ones for
Mhm,
story-driven. Get to learn, the other Spider-Mans like
mhm.
tragedies, but I do like their like casual like interactions because they're technically like they're all like kind of the same. They're both like geeks and nerds, and they were like, oh, we must when they were like building this stuff to help the villains. I don't know. I like that like little scene, where they're just all interacting at once. It's nice. I think Andrew just said like, oh, I've always wanted to have brothers or something. That was no, that was
Yeah,
quite neat and right. That was kind of cute. And I do like the
yeah.
I do like the part where he's like, no, what's his name? Ned. Ned was like, Peter, yes. All three of them just like, yes. No, Peter Parker.
In
We're
the
still
lab,
all the same.
in the,
Yeah, in the lab, we're still all
in
the
the
same.
lab.
Yeah.
I do like that they give
I like
the
that.
amount of time they were there. I don't know if they were gonna be quick, but they gave a good amount of all them being there and being able to talk back and forth with each other, which I love. And I like that they had a moment to all be Peter Parker and showcase their smarts and like fixing that thing. I love that we got a moment with that as well, of them being Peter Parker and them talking about. I like where Ned's talking about like, oh yeah, to Toby, yeah, my best friend tried to kill me, like,
Oh,
okay.
oh, he was
So it's
talking
like,
about Harry. He was talking about Harry Osborn, was it? When he
yeah,
said
he
that, right? Just
was.
making sure. Yeah.
I do
Damn.
love all of them talking about referencing all the subtle jabs to the previous film. It's so much,
Yeah.
it's both fan service, but so much needed at the same time,
Hmm.
which is what I love which is what I love about it. Um, and just tracing back a little bit, and we'll touch it. Like, yeah, we have 5 villains, and
Right.
we were
Yeah.
thought it was to be 6 villain. Katie Lynch said how J. Jonah Jameson is pretty much a 6 villain. The more I think about it, the sort of I agree because he's a mental villain to Spider-Man, really, because he's against
Yeah.
him the whole time.
Yeah.
And thinking back in the theater, at least for me,
Yeah.
there was a moment where made me pissed off the most. It's not at any of the actual physical villains, but it's at the moment where J. Jonah Jameson is talking about how Spider-Man is like literal menace to society, and that's after
Hmm.
Aunt May died. I don't
Oh
want
yeah.
to. I want to punch J. Jonah Jameson so much because of like, dude, give him a fucking break, dude. His aunt just died, and you're rubbing it in his face, saying how he is like every Spider-Man is.
Yeah. Who's
Destruction
responsible
lays
for it?
out. I'm
Yeah.
like, I hate that so much, and it's such perfect writing as well. So it's in a way he's sort of a villain
Actually,
too, if you think
you know
about
what?
it.
I guess I didn't think of it that way. Like, yeah, no, he wasn't physically there, but he did. You know, it is technically all this stuff technically happened because of him. Well, no, it started technically off Mysterio, and then it led to him. But yeah, so it's like yeah,
He's
because of
so
him, everybody knows it's Peter Parker, and all this stuff happened. But
and he's
basically, all
controlling the
of it
media
technically
too.
happened. Yeah,
Yeah, controlling
Tec-
and
yeah. Now think of it. Yeah, technically, all this movie started is all because he was like the real identity is Peter Parker. public enemy number one. All because of that. All because of him. Basically, the whole movie happened. Oh
Yeah.
shit!
J.K.
Now I didn't
Simmons
think
is really
about it.
good. I'm glad they bring him back. I think his role in the film is perfect amount in this, and I think they did a good job with his character pretty much. Both as a comic relief in a way, but also as like
Yeah.
the sixth villain in a way mentally for
Mentally,
Peter.
yeah. Oh.
But yeah, I love again the interaction between the three of them. Just feels like you said, it feels very natural. It feels great to see the reference. Like Simple Joe says, Tobey Maguire's irony about vengeance and losing his friend, and teach Spider Tom Holland's about the consequences of
yeah.
revenge. Like, yeah, again, the callback to everything is really good. And like Garfield's irony of losing his love and sacrifice of being Spider-Man, how it affected around him. Yeah, I like that too. And
Yeah.
we predicted
that's
it in
how
the
it works,
trailer.
yeah.
We predicted in the trailer that it was gonna be Garfield who saves MJ, and it's true because
Aw.
Tom was really actually going for it, but Goblin went in the Liberty.
Yeah, Goblin went
And
in,
then-
yeah.
And Garfield is like, you can tell Garfield in this moment, like, oh no, I'm not letting this happen again.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
he
you
had
can
a
see his
moment to
face like
himself.
when he got swept away by Goblin, he was like, "Oh, it's like up to me. I have to do this. Otherwise, he can live with
And like
himself again."
after he saves MJ, I like how it's not like him asking MJ, "Are you okay?" but it's MJ asking him, "Are you okay?" Because it's like
Yeah, 'cause
Garfield was definitely in a state of like it hits home to him, you know.
think about it. It's a bit similar to no. It's basically the same as episode 4 of Hawkeye. We've discussed this, where Kate was hanging off the building and Hawkeye catches her because he was thinking of Natasha falling off and he failed to
Yeah.
save her. And this is like a similar case where Andrew Spider-Man failed to save what's her name, Gwen. So yeah, I like that. That moment was very touching, and it seems like people in the theater understood it as well because they were like,
Oh yeah.
well, they were like, oh, like they felt him, and I felt that. I was like, oh shit, he's actually like emotional because of it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like that. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Uh,
Again, I love all the subtle. It's unnecessary, yet it adds so much to the character of like the organic web shooter and the web shooter
Yeah.
banter. I like
like,
how
how do
they
you do that?
mention.
I
Yeah.
don't know. Just
I love how they mentioned like, have you ever got like, because I ran out of web shooter. What about you? Oh yeah, I got mental block. Sometimes I love that they have that discussion. I love that they
I have
discuss
no
about.
idea, but like to me, that's like a bit more fan service because like that's probably like at the back of people's heads, like they'll think like, how does he, run out or whatever, and they're like showing it on
Yeah.
screen. It's like, I
But
like
it adds
that.
so much. It adds so much to the character too, and I love it.
That's
And like they
that's
talk about like,
character.
oh yeah, I've been to space before. Oh, I've also fought an alien, but he's not purple and I haven't been to space. What? You've been to space? I fought a Russian dude in a rhino costume.
I like
love
I
that.
like that's like literally that meme from Word of There's this like, oh, I've been to space. You've been to space. I've only fought an alien. You guys fought aliens.
Yeah.
It's basically like that. I like that. That's funny.
Yeah, and like and I like that they struggle teaming up at first because they never work as a team. They always work individually,
Yeah.
which is really true.
Yeah.
And then like,
And I like how
oh,
they
we're in a team.
admitted it as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been part of the Avengers. Cool. What's the Avengers?
Yeah.
Oh, it's
They don't.
Earth-minded hero.
Other
Listen,
heroes
we have
don't
to do this
exist.
now.
Yeah.
In the middle of a fight as well.
Wait, I want to mention about you sent me online about that picture. They did the meme where the Spider-Mans were pointing. I know the context was different in the movie, but it's still funny how it looked, similar. They were like that was during that part when they were bantering about teamwork basically. So yeah, I like that interaction between them. I don't know why they just feel more real. Especially I don't know, and I also find it quite funny when Toby is the oldest of the Peters, and he's like, "Oh, I have a back problem. Here, I'll
They
straighten it
literally
up for
crack the
you."
back.
Yeah. Oh, that feels
Never,
better.
never in 100 years I would ever dream or even imagine a scenario where Andrew Garfield is cracking Tobey Maguire's back.
I know, right? That's like
Never in my mind.
that's,
I
that's
would have
like
thought of it.
something you would have never thought of, but it happened on screen.
Yeah. But yeah, the whole Liberty sequence was awesome. I love the action sequence. This is easily the best action sequence in all of Spider-Man. And like again, Willem Dafoe physically fighting Tom Holland was insanely
in the apartment,
intense.
yeah, as well.
In the
Yeah,
intense, that was so physical. It was crazy. We've never seen that in this iteration of Spider-Man. And like again, the Holy Liberty was good. Like everyone have the chance to fight, and they all have their powers as well. And the whole action sequence was great. We didn't even touch about Tom Holland versus Doctor Strange because there was
oh, yeah,
so
we
much
should
going
have
on in
gone
this
back
film,
to that. Yeah,
and that sequence was really good. That was like visually really great. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. It was. I was gonna say it's a bit trippy, but I mean, no, I wasn't as confused. I didn't fall to sleep like I did in the first Doctor Strange movie. But I like the whole like that mirror dimension where they were swinging around. That was pretty cool. And I like the wait, what somebody mentioned it here. Hello, Naruto the man. Yeah, Spider-Man being able to move despite in astral form is crazy. That was like I didn't expect that, because he was like, "Give me the
no, me too.
box." No, how are you doing this? I don't know. I like that whole sequence, and I like the fact that he beat him
Yeah.
using mathematics. That is, well, I guess it shows how smart Peter is. I guess this is his character. He's a smart dude.
I love that. Yeah, the reference about his smarts. But yeah, there again lots of great sequence again, and I like that all of the superhero, because we never got closure with Andrew Garfield's character. We somewhat got closure with Toby in his own films. We never got it with Andrew, so we sort of got closure for both of them in here. So it
Yeah, yeah.
feels nice. But at the same time, I like that this is still a Tom Holland Spider-Man story. He's still the main lead. The
Still the
other
main
two
lead, yeah.
support him. And I love that with the story. I love that with the music. There are subtle themes of the music. Michael Giacchino is a master at. He's my favorite composer. I love that he put themes of James Horner's Amazing Spider-Man theme and Danny Elfman's theme, but it's still the main theme is still Tom Holland's theme, which is the whole this movie is. It's still Tom Holland's story, and I love that. And like again, that ending was really emotional, and it hurts because he had to say goodbye to his friends.
Yeah.
The moment in the bakery was really sad. And I don't know
Oh,
if
yeah,
we're
yeah.
gonna see a payoff in the next film, or if this is gonna be the last time we see them. If this is the last time we see them, that's gonna mean so much more upon rewatching it, because it's gonna be super sad of him how he says goodbye to MJ and Ned. And I'm just like getting emotional talking about it because it hurts. There's so much
Yeah.
more depth to this one. So much
I do want to
darker.
mention about this one because I did already told you again, but I wanted to say it here. I'm pretty sure people have gotten it as well. I remembered in the first Spider-Man movie, he said like, "What is your biggest fear?" And he said to be forgotten. That was his biggest fear, is to be forgotten. Everybody doesn't know who he is. The ending of this Spider-Man literally is him being forgotten. Nobody knows Peter's existence. So he basically like. So I guess it's more understanding now why in the first sequence when he was talking with Doctor Strange, he was like, "No, no, no. They have to know. They have to know. They have to know." And then, well, shit happens. But yeah, that's because he doesn't want to be, completely forgotten, I guess, by, at least the people he cares about. But then, to save the world, he was willing to face his fear. So I like that kind of concept. That was very characterful, I guess, how you say it.
That is the literal definition of with great power comes great responsibility, and you have to take responsibility.
Yeah.
And that is like probably the possible best. Like Bobzilla said, it signifies transformation to actual Spider-Man. I think that's definitely the case, even with the ending when he's moving in to his own place and like swinging out, which I love that shot. I'm thinking about the way how that shot was really cool in the snow in New York winter. But yeah, it's really, it shows so much of Peter's maturity. Like we slowly see that throughout the whole trilogy, but this one really shows his maturity, and I really appreciate that they took time for that. And yeah, it's really weird to say this, but like going into this film, I was like, this film is insane. It's Spider-Verse. They're literally doing a live action Spider-Verse.
Yeah,
I don't
basically.
even know how they're gonna continue this. I don't even know how they're gonna top this, how they're gonna excite me with the next story. But I'm being full on honest. At the end of this film, I'm more excited of seeing the next film more than anything, just because we're having sort of like soft reset, and we're definitely seeing. We're gonna see if they decide to continue the story with, I don't know what deal with Sony and whatever. It's like we're really seeing Peter into adulthood and seeing him into the Spider-Man mental and taking the responsibility, and that excites me so much more than anything. So it's like it's a weird accomplishment that they did, that they actually make me feel that, because it's such a big stakes that they go into this film.
Yeah. I also like want to mention, the maturity of Peter Parker, like, well, as Spider-Man. I like the fact that he basically learned all of this basically from his previous, well, not his previous self, his other his other self from the other dimensions. Yeah, and I do hope we get to see like a more fully fledged Spider-Man in the, I guess, quote unquote soft reboot in a way. Uh, I don't know what
Yeah.
else to say. It's just it is such a
Alright,
I
let's-
like the ending because I keep telling everyone I like bittersweet endings. I think this is as bittersweet as it gets. I mean,
It
everyone
is.
forgets who he is. It's tragic. He's lost people he loved. He's lost people he's loved, and the ones that still exist don't know he exists. That is
It's happy
tragic.
sad. It's happy
Happy
sad. No
sad.
pun intended with happy. That is actually one of my favorite scenes for the whole film, aside from the rooftop scene, which I totally
Yeah.
love. That ending scene with the cemetery with Happy, like with on top of in May's grave, and Happy coming in, and like it was a little bit awkward because he doesn't know what's going on, and then Happy's like clearly showing that he doesn't know Peter. It's like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
I know him through Spider-Man, and like Happy's like, I used to know someone. I lost someone recently, and so clearly talking about Tony,
He's
and now
talking
I
about
lost
Tony,
this,
yeah.
and I don't know if
Their legacy like lives
their
on.
legacy will like live on past them, and like
Yeah, past them, yeah.
Peter reassured of like it will, of him, he's gonna live up to them and make sure that they're what they stand for in life, stand for past life. And I thought that was a really well done scene, and
Yeah,
just
that
the
was
acting of
powerful,
it,
yeah.
and I thought it was really really good. And it's honestly, that might be my favorite. There is so many funeral moments in all the Spider-Man films. That might be my favorite. It topped of my Spider-Man 1 funeral scene. I thought
Yeah.
it's yeah.
Yeah, I just thought like, also thinking is like it's not just Spider-Man, I guess, that has a lot of loss. Like, yeah, now think about it. Yeah, Happy has lost so many people he has ever known. Actually, like, yeah, because Happy has interacted with a lot of people before. I mean, like he's interacted with Black Widow, she's gone. Tony, he's gone. May, she's gone. Now
He's lost
Spider-Man,
a
well,
son
he's not gone,
too,
but
man. He
he's
doesn't know. He
forgotten
doesn't know
everything.
about
Yeah, he doesn't
Peter. He knows
know.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he's actually lost quite a lot, and
All
that's
he got is
actually pretty
Morgan now.
tragic on his end as
Yeah,
well.
he got
Yeah,
Morgan Stark. Yeah. The
yeah.
day Happy dies, I'm gonna cry even harder, man.
Oh yeah, no. But honestly, if he dies, I hope like it's something very moving, emotional,
Yeah.
because he's actually a very good character. I
Yeah.
do actually. He didn't appear much in this movie, I think, apart from the apartment scene, but
They did a good
I quite
amount.
liked him.
Yeah.
He kind of, well, not steal the show, but like he finished strong in the end. Because usually he's just like comic relief, but then
Deservedly.
that one scene,
Jon Favreau started this whole universe. So deservedly he
yeah,
earns his role as he Happy. Okay,
yeah,
do
yeah,
you have
yeah.
any negatives? We've been talking about positives. Do you have any negatives aside from like maybe small nitpicks here and there, or actual legit negatives that you have?
To be honest here, I guess we can kind of go around the chat a bit because
Yeah,
Star
the
Machine
coaches,
did
yeah.
mention this here, and I quite agree with him. So he says there was so much inconsistencies I dislike. Electro doesn't know Parker in his universe. Why is he dragged if the other villains are there because they know Peter Parker is Spider-Man? Yeah, that actually, like, yeah, I was like thinking about that. I was like, oh yeah, that's true. Like he revealed he was Peter Parker in the end of the movie,
The
basically. Like he
film.
took off his mask, like, oh, I thought you were, I thought
You're
you were
black.
black.
Well, maybe there is a Spider-Man out there who's black. Oh, Miles Morales.
Yeah, ooh, Miles Morales
Yeah.
reference. I like
Yeah.
that.
There are some of those consistencies. I agree, like the nitpicks. Again, I have the similar nitpick with someone commented. I think several people commented the Ned being able to do sling ring really
Oh
easily.
yeah, that as well. I think it was up.
But
somewhere.
I am able
Farmer, she
to
also
like
mentioned
let
it,
go
yeah.
of it a bit because he got lucky opening it, but he cannot close it. So I guess there is a payoff. that he's
Yeah.
not just a master of it. He just got
Yeah.
really lucky.
Yeah, as Simple Joe said, yeah, honestly, Ned using magic is kind of out of nowhere. Yeah, it was. Sure, it's comedic value, but they didn't use it for the final battle. Well, apart from that one scene where, what's his name? Lizard chased them into the statue. So yeah, but yeah, at least it's not like integral, not 100% integral to the story, I guess. So it's quite nice.
Yeah. And like I guess again,
And
like
what
the
else? I'm
writing
not
for
so sure.
Lizard is really weak.
Oh yeah,
But yeah, that's
Lizard.
fine.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, like in the first Andrew, was it the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man? But he wasn't that strong of a villain either there. So at
He's
least
better
not
written.
compared to,
He's better written there. I don't think there is a clear motivation for
supposedly.
him in this one.
I know, right? Like he doesn't seem to want to kill Peter
He's
or
the
anything. He doesn't.
he's the only villain that doesn't have a motivation in there.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no. I think they just add him because there is no. Was there no other candidates?
They're not gonna
Rhino,
add
we did.
Venom, and we're gonna
No,
touch
they're
on
not gonna
Venom
add
in a bit.
Venom.
They're not gonna bring Rhino.
They're not gonna bring Rhino.
yeah.
No, they didn't even like. They kind of just straight up ignored Scorpion. Like we saw him in Homecoming, but then nothing much after. Yeah, I guess they just
Yeah.
didn't have another villain. Well, to be honest, like they could have removed one. I mean, they're not even the Sinister Six, I guess. Well, unless you count Jonah Jameson.
JJ, it's a menace. But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I guess again, I am rewatching it tonight. I'm curious to see what my thoughts. I think by what I can predict watching it tonight, everything about May is gonna mean so much more now because I know she's dying. She's gonna die, and like her
Mhm.
legacy. Because like throughout, even before then, she was the one who convinced Peter to open his heart to bring in Goblin, and Goblin was the one who killed May at the end of it. I think that
Yeah.
betrayal is just gonna hit so much harder, knowing that, and I'm curious to see if it does. But yeah,
Yeah, because I wanted to mention like the final fight scene was very emotional. You can see just how angry Peter was. He was like so wanting to kill him. Yeah,
yeah,
him.
pretty
Yeah.
much.
So as
That's
Joe said, the
again, I
moment
thought,
when Tom, so determined to revenge kill Goblin, got stopped by Spider Toby to remind Tom about the consequences of revenge is a great decision. Yeah, I like that scene as well. It's pretty powerful.
yeah,
So obviously, yeah. Oh yeah, Toby didn't actually want to kill Goblin either. He just dodged his wing glider, and the wing glider impaled him. Right, that's what happened in the first movie. So that was like
yeah. And he
unintentional.
killed
Honestly.
himself pretty much.
Yeah, he killed himself as well. So he didn't want. Yeah, he didn't actually want Goblin to die either. Or I mean, no, not Goblin, but Norman
Yeah.
Osborn.
Yeah, I really appreciate how they're able to conclude every villain, every hero, every character have a closure. And that's pretty wild to see the checklist that they did. They have 5 villains, 3 Spider-Mans, Aunt May, Happy, Ned, MJ, and they all have their closure in a way. Even Doctor Strange fit very well in here. And I thought that was like a testament to the screenplay. And I thought that was really good. But yeah, again, this is my favorite Spider-Man movie already. It's number 3 on my MCU rankings, just below Endgame and Infinity War. Maybe it will jump up after tonight's rewatch. We'll see. I really love this film. I cannot nitpick anything much as like small nitpicks. I thought everything was really done really well. And obviously, I love the fan service, but I thought the fan service was done really good as well. And as a Spider-Man fan, I get to see so many different parts of Spider-Man in one movie. That is wild to see.
Yeah, I think where is it? This is so far up. Yeah, here you go.
There's so many comments.
Yeah, there's a lot of I can understand why. Okay, it's a very good movie, and as Bob mentioned here, even without the fan service, it was a pretty solid movie. I think. Yeah, you know what? I guess I can see that as well. Honestly speaking, I think I have to watch this film a second time just to make absolutely sure of what I think is of how really good the movie is. And but like all in all, so far, this is Phase 4, right?
Phase 4.
This is the phase.
This is the
Yeah,
best
this
of
is
Phase 4
Phase 4.
easily.
This is the easy best of Phase 4 easy by miles away.
For movie wise, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, this is definitely up in the Avengers Infinity War Endgame kind of deal.
Yeah. before we go to the post-credit scene, let's answer some of the comments here.
Yeah,
Simple
some
Joe
of the
said, "Rate
comments.
your Spider-Man best delivered. With great power comes great responsibility." Line. He's definitely picked No Way Home, and this is his rankings.
Mhm.
Do you have an opinion on this?
Wait, I'm gonna be real honest. I kind of forgot what happened in the Amazing Spider-Man one. Do you
That's
remember
the
the
one where
exact
it's
scene?
like that. Yes, but they never said with great power comes great responsibility.
No, but
It's
they had
like,
an iteration of it. Like they said something else.
yeah,
I
it
know
was
you
like
said it.
I said it. That's what I
It
need
was
to if
very
I can
long.
find it.
It was very long. I remembered that.
It was like he believed that if you could do good things for other people, you had the moral obligation to do those things. That's what at stake here, not choice, responsibility. That's
Yeah, that one.
Martin Sheen's line. And
I mean, yeah, I
uh,
mean, I know it's not as concise, but it is same meaning, and I think that has a proper delivery. But I'm not so sure which
I
one I.
I think this one hits more because of the timing of it. I think obviously the Amazing Spider-Man one, people sort of make fun of it, so it doesn't have the same payoff to me.
Yeah,
The original Spider-Man one, it's good, it means a
good. Yeah,
lot, and it hurts after the callback. But at the moment, Peter was just shrugging it off because he doesn't care
yeah, yeah.
at
At
the
that
moment.
point, yeah, he just wanted vengeance. Yeah,
No, he wanted it
yeah. I
for the
guess
money.
like
He used the power for the money because after that he go to the wrestling and the
yeah,
first
yeah,
one.
because he was trying to impress like Mary Jane
MJ.
by he wants to get a
He's gonna
car.
to
So
earn the car. Yeah,
yeah,
but this one, it's right before she dies, and it's right after Peter was like, "Aunt May, I don't think I." He was about to just like, "I'm just gonna use the box." He was done. He's just gonna send him back. But May convinced him, "No, you gotta do the right thing." And I think that's
oh
why
yeah,
it
oh
hit
yeah, I forgot that he
harder.
said like I don't care if they die or whatever. He's just like straight up
Yeah,
done with them.
and May is always fighting for the right thing, which is why I think this again one of the Aunt May is so good in this.
Yeah.
It's so
And
sad to see.
and I like the fact that like, well, it's not that I'm like May basically convinced Peter and Peter convinced the other Peters that they want, well, not to convince, like the other Peters like agree that they want to, properly cure them, treat them rather than just sending them back and then meet their fate, however way it comes. So I like,
Yeah,
yeah, so I quite like, that. So basically, it's more humane, I guess, in
yeah.
a way.
Yeah, and again, talking about that line, the great power comes with responsibility. I love that it transcends in the rooftop scene. They talk about how, yeah, I guess what Uncle Ben dies for. That line, it transcends different universe, still the same message.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It
He
means a
finished
lot.
the
That
quote right,
connects a lot.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I forgot that he finished the quote like with great power comes with great responsibility. And they're like, how did you know that? My uncle Ben taught you. I was like, oh, that
yeah,
yeah, I felt that, you felt that there.
yeah. Again,
Oh,
I love all of that.
the
But yeah,
movie writing on this is really good.
yeah. Yeah, okay. So the post credit scene is not really connected in a way. So let's wrap up our thoughts in a way of this film and then we go to the post credit scenes. Do
Yeah,
you
yeah,
think
yeah.
that's a good idea?
I think it's a good idea. We can wrap it
Okay,
up.
so yeah. You
Well,
have
you
any
wrap
final
it up first.
thoughts?
I want to know your final thoughts first because I think I'm pretty like expended
Again,
here.
this is my third favorite MCU. This is easily my favorite live action Spider-Man. It might honestly overthrow into the Spider-Verse. I really, really appreciate what they did in here. The things that they accomplish was incredible. It really gives. This is the best we've seen Peter Parker. This really cemented as Tom Holland as the top Peter Parker. Um, and yeah, there are small nitpicks here and there, but I thought everything was really well done. The strength of the relationship between him and May, him and Happy, him and Ned, him and MJ, and him with the other Spider-Mans is really great. And the usage of the usage of Doctor Strange, the usage of the villains, I thought was really, really good. So it's a great story. And the best part about it is, again, they managed to wrap up this great story and yet set up something that makes me excited for the next phase of what Spider-Man is. I think that's a great
Right, dude.
accomplishment. And again, when watching Infinity War, I know this. I was watching something special. Watching Endgame, I know I was watching something special. Watching this one, I know this is a cinematic experience that I will always cherish for the rest of my life. So yeah,
Damn, right there. So yeah, so all I can wrap up from this is, well, as you've said before, yeah, it is. I no, actually no. I think this is definitely the best Spider-Man movie. I think it does beat Into the Spider-Verse, even though this is technically a live action Into the Spider-Verse.
Uh-huh.
And I think this is also like the first movie we've ever known that is like an ensemble, but it's from different multiverses. It's not just like the same universe like Avengers was. I'd put this movie at like maybe the second or third. I guess it's like somewhere. I still think like the Avengers like Infinity War and Endgame is still better, but this is definitely like just beneath them slightly. So yeah, and I think it is the best Spider iteration of Spider-Man. Tom Holland is in, and I think it has like proper writing and everything. Yeah, it's a great
Yeah, pretty
movie.
much.
It's just incredible.
Yeah. 10 out of 10 as
Props, it
MCU
was
movie. Pure
11 out
cinema.
of yeah.
And yeah, I also agree. Weirdly enough, this is one of the strongest Andrew Garfield's writing there is.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because he's like one of the least
Yeah.
liked of all the. I think he is the least liked of all the Spider-Mans, but I think now people are like more
And
appreciative
they
of
did
him.
shove him aside from time to time, but I think they did a pretty good job with handling it.
Yeah.
And Ariq left. All right, so while I talk to myself until Ariq comes back. I don't know what happened there. Let's
Oh,
touch
I,
on the
I touched the wrong
Blip, blip,
button.
blip.
Yes.
Uh,
Sorry about that.
let's talk about the post credit scene. Let's talk about the post credit scene real quick. What's your thoughts on the post credit scene?
I'm gonna be real. I was a bit disappointed because nothing much happened with it. It was just him trying to get. It was Eddie Brock, Tom Hardy's Eddie Brock, and Venom. He just wants to get their heads around. Okay, so in this world there are Avengers, there are other heroes, and stuff like that. I feel like they have the throwback. See, I told you the Lethal Protectors was a was it a dumb name? I like that. It's quite funny. But
I
um but to be honest, like I like how basically they went in
that
after this is
I
connected to the end credit scene of Venom 2, right? So I like how they just
Yeah.
went in, get phased out immediately. But I do like the fact that there's the fact that Venom, the symbiote, like he left like a piece of his self in that universe. So there is a hint that we might see another Venom. That would be very cool. I would like to see Venom in the
yeah,
MCU. I mean, why
I
not?
like that they set it up. I I know some people are upset because they want to see Hardy versus Holland. I couldn't care
Mhm.
less, to be honest, because I'm not a fan of the Venom film. So I'm like, that's fine with me. We got a symbiote. Let's do it. I don't care. Take him out of the universe, whatever. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm indifferent about it. But
Mhm.
yeah,
Fair enough.
so yeah, I'm indifferent about it. Although that one doesn't. Example Joe said, poor Eddie and Venom, they got sent to the Marvel verse, have a few drinks, and hear Avengers story only to be sent back to the Sony verse. So Marvel verse can steal a symbiote from Sony. I sort of like
That's basically
I
what
sort
it
of
is.
like that this is again, it doesn't make sense why he's here, because he doesn't know Peter Parker, at least I don't.
Yeah, that's
The
true.
same argument with the
In his
Electro.
universe, he
It wasn't
doesn't know.
ever
Yeah.
explained.
Mhm.
Right. At least we never explained if he know Peter Parker or not. So it's weird that he's there. Uh, which is why I think it's more of a Sony being like, hey, you gotta include, you want to do a Spider-Man movie? Include Venom in it. I feel like Sony's playing hardball, and then Kevin Feige is even playing like, you know what? I'll put your Venom in here, and I'll take him out immediately. It's sort of like Kevin Feige saying like, hey Sony, fuck you.
That's basically what happened. That is exactly what happened.
It's pretty much right, and I sort of love that. But yeah, the Venom thing
like,
was weird. But yeah, that's true.
yeah, it was weird. But
It's
well,
interesting.
wait, I
It's
don't know. I
interesting
mean,
setup though.
I do want to know, like, is anyone here actually like, I don't know, I guess remotely excited to see Venom in the MCU? Not necessarily the same Tom Hardy, but because I don't think Venom wouldn't have his own movie in MCU. I'm pretty sure of that. But I do hope he does appear in the next Spider-Man movies, because they did say like there's gonna do like 3
Right.
Spider-Mans, right?
Get the actual
After.
black suit and everything. That could be cool. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That would be cool. I hope to see that. Yeah. Because that's. Oh,
Yeah.
and I guess technically
But
the
yeah, that's like the
final,
first.
the second post-credit scene I was gonna say it's not related to Spider-Man.
And yeah, no worries,
Oh,
Naruto man. I don't think you gave anything away. I saw your comments earlier asking about. I just put two and two together when you asked earlier. Are you not gonna talk about the other trailer you're referencing to this one?
Oh, you.
I
Oh,
just
so you were
just realized it.
mentioning. So Naruto, man, you were mentioning about the Multiverse of Madness trailer. Yeah. Oh, that was. I didn't cut
This
that on. Yeah.
yeah, that's
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
did not realize it was a trailer. I was not expecting it was a trailer, but I'm glad because the only time they've done this is with Captain America: The First Avenger when they actually show a full trailer of the Avengers.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that they did this now, and it's interesting. So I like that a lot, and it looks
Oh, it
exciting.
is the next.
It
It's the
seems
next
like there's a
movie,
tie-in
right?
with What
After.
If.
Oh yeah, yeah.
This is the
What
next
if?
one.
And I think it's tied with What If and WandaVision, in my opinion, because it's after Wanda's done with
Definitely.
all the. They mentioned the town? What happened in what was the town
Westview. They
called?
did.
Yeah, Westview. They mentioned
Westview.
Westview in the trailer, so like yeah, it's connected to I guess WandaVision, and there's the evil Doctor Strange. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Basically, this is
So technically,
after.
this is the first one that connects. This is the first one that will have a consequence from a TV show.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I've realized as well. Ah, that's pretty cool. 'Cause I mean,
Yeah. So
the end of WandaVision was quite cool. I like how she got her full powers and everything. And I think in the comics, wasn't it like Wanda was trained? Albert gone. Albert.
I lost connection for a bit there. I'm back. But yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
hear you.
I was saying like wasn't like Wanda trained by Doctor Strange in the comics or something like how to wield her magic or something like
Not
that.
exactly, but sort of. Yeah, we're definitely gonna see that.
We're gonna see that there in the
And yeah, we're
Multiverse
gonna
of
talk about this
Madness, I
trailer in
guess.
depth once it's actually out. I believe we're gonna talk. This is so. I'm just thinking. This is so curious. I don't know if the trailer is actually released in public before the film even comes out in Japan. That's sort of gonna spoil in a way, Calvin Teguh. So I don't know what's gonna happen there.
Yeah, I just
But
realized. Yeah, technically it would be
once
kind
the
of a
trailer, once
spoil.
the official trailer comes out, we're gonna talk about it more in depth, definitely.
Mhm.
And this is sort of like because they postponed the film from March to May, so maybe there's sort
Yeah,
of like
March
an
to May.
apology by Marvel, like, "Hey, sorry about that. Here's a trailer." So
Here's a trailer. Yeah, but it's pretty cool. But I guess we'll talk about that later. So I guess we're done with this
yeah,
Spider-Man No Way
pretty
Home
much.
review. Spoiler.
Yeah, it's
Oh yeah, well, I
it's
should mention. Yeah,
great.
I think I'm gonna give the rating. I don't know. 9.5 is a bit too much. 9.0 is a bit too little. I have to break the middle ground. I'll give it a 9.3 out of 10, realistically. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it so far. It's such a good movie. And I feel bad for Kelvin and Teguh. January 7th is so far. Look at it.
They're gonna get spoiled. I can tell you, they're gonna get spoiled.
Yeah,
one
no,
way or
we
another.
were betting like when they were gonna get spoiled. I'm gonna say here, I bet you they're gonna get spoiled by next week.
Right, because they're
Before
gonna
our-
eventually they're gonna start promoting the film with Andrew and Toby. There's no way they're not
Yeah.
gonna waste that opportunity. They're definitely gonna do it.
Yeah, yeah, and also like if you Google like I don't know, just if you want to buy tickets or Google Spider-Man No Way Home, they were already
Cast is there.
credited. Yeah, the cast is credited there, so it's not like I feel bad for them. Yeah, Japan, that was such a massive delay. 7th of January.
Yeah, that's so messed up. Where is
Stop.
this comment? I want to bring up one last comment before we wrap up. If I can
Yep.
find it. There was a comment. There it is. Charlie and Vincent in 1 week. What a time to be a Daredevil fan. Yeah, it is.
I know, right? Yeah, I just realized both of them.
Calvin will never be
appeared.
able to experience it.
At least he knows one of them appeared.
knows one
Let's
of them.
just Kelvin's gonna believe that Daredevil's gonna appear like later in 2022 until January the 7th. That's when he realizes.
Yeah.
And we're just like, yep, we know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Wow.
that's all we gotta say. Oh,
Yeah.
that was so long. That was so much.
Yeah.
Ow.
Looking forward to see what's next. But yeah, that should be. I think that's pretty much everything, right? We touched on
That's
a lot of stuff.
everything. Yeah, and who knows? Maybe we'll talk about it. We will talk about it.
We
a
will
bit
talk about it
more
again with
later.
Calvin and Teguh.
With Kelvin and Teguh, yeah.
Yeah.
In the
so-
next 2 more episodes. Yeah.
Mhm. But yeah, so that is our spoiler review for Cool Youth Pastor the movie.
Cool youth pastor. Yes.
But yeah, that's pretty much our spoiler review. Thanks guys for chiming in. That was fantastic conversation.
Now we have to text.
with
Oh
you guys
wait.
as well.
Yep. And now we have to text Kelvin in.
We can private chat him.
Kelvin, get in. Get in. Get in.
Just make sure he avoid the comments, and everyone stop on the spoiler. Well, he's not gonna see the comments, so yeah, that's fine.
Hey,
But
just,
yeah, great
enter the
stuff,
private chat
everyone.
list.
And yeah, I'm looking forward to watch it again tonight. So much fun. Yeah.
Tonight. See what? Oh wait, yeah, I forgot to ask later if you watch it again, because I forgot. You know that scene in the trailer where it's like Tom was just punching one enemy, one bad guy, and the other two were edited out. But in the movie, we get to see all three of them fighting.
Yeah.
Who was fighting? Yeah, who was fighting who? I was a bit lost on that.
I don't remember. I think it's probably. I think Garfield was kicking
Or who
Lizard.
was fight? Oh, I thought it was.
Or is it?
Okay,
Oh no,
so
no. I think it's Toby. If someone knows in the comments, chime in. But I think it's Toby. Maybe.
yeah, I was a bit confused. I was thinking Toby was fighting Lizard and what's his name?
Yeah.
He was looking. Is Kelvin not? Or do you have to text him?
I
don't have to
think.
text him through line, is it?
Yeah. Go ahead and text him. I'll take down the banner, so he knows.
Take down the
where to stop.
banner. Yeah.
So if he comes in, I don't know if he will comes in. Might need to. Also,
Well,
like, they confirm it. They confirm it in the chat who was fighting her. So yeah.
Who was fighting who? Oh, okay, Toby. Okay, interesting.
But yeah, I don't know if Calvin's coming back.
Oh, there. Is he back?
For Calvin's back.
Don't
we're
look at the
playing.
comments.
Don't look at the comments.
I will not.
Everyone,
look at the comments,
everyone was pitying you. In fact, the last like 10, 15 minutes of the conversation is how we pity you so much, and how
Yeah.
much you're missing out.
I know I'm missing out, guys. I know I'm missing out.
7 is too long. That is unacceptable.
Yeah, it's like 3 weeks, man. It
Yeah.
felt long.
Yeah,
It hasn't felt long. It is long.
it is long. 3 weeks is long. It's almost a month.
Honestly, you should just travel to a different country and just watch it. And come back.
Just watch it. Yeah. I'll go
Just
to
watch
Korea.
it.
Just watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's faster that way. But all right,
Probably, yeah.
we are.
But yeah, we are running. Oh, damn. That was a really long discussion you guys had.
A lot
Our
of things
The
happen.
discussion was pretty much the same length as the Hawkeye app discussion. I checked, so
Oh,
you know.
really? All right then. Well,
Yeah.
I guess we just have a lot to say. All right. So that we don't run any longer, I guess let's just plug it out real quick. I'll plug the goo out, I guess.
Yeah.
You plug.
But,
plug in.
Ariq, you can
Yeah.
start first, yeah.
Okay. You can find me on Instagram at Ariq Andria. You can find me on Steam at Dumbledore's Arby's. Throwback to episode. Well, technically this one since we talked about it. All right. Moving on.
Oh, this. Oh, right. Dumbledore's RV. I thought
The
something
trailer.
else. Yeah.
Okay,
I
go
forgot
on.
about that. I forgot we talked about the trailer.
Go on.
But yeah, I'll plug Teguh out, I guess, yeah. You can find Teguh at Instagram at TG23399 and on Steam at New Testament. Yep. And you guys can find me on Instagram at KY77, DiscoMonkey027 on Twitch, and Disco Monkey on YouTube. Put it in the background! Okay. Alright, Albert, go ahead.
Plug us out.
You can find me in AMC theaters tonight as I'm gonna be watching Spider-Man: No Way Home once again,
my
rubbing it in
God.
Calvin's face. No, just
Meet
kidding.
and greet. Let's go.
Meet and greet.
7:45 p.m. AMC Alpharetta. Don't actually come. It'll actually freak me out if you do, but you know. But yeah, no. Find me on Twitter and Instagram and TikTok. Wiradharma. I post TikToks of reviews of funny stuff, bits about comic, about film over there, about this channel as well. I clipped out some stuff. Check it out. Jaw Movies on YouTube and Letterboxd. That's where you find the live link version of this live stream, clip outs of all the segments and the reviews on my channel as well as on Letterboxd. So go check that out. Check out the Councilmen Show at Councilmen Show on Twitter and Instagram, where we post live links whenever we go live. And I think that should be everything.
Oh, okay. Alright, so yeah, with that, the councilman has spoken! And we'll see you in the next episode.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Dun, 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 dun. That's just the theme from the first film.
We'll know
Oh.
who won our drafting next episode. Yeah. Alright.
Yes.
All right.